But today I'm excited because we're going to jump into AI with all that stuff. But one of the latest things that happened in AI here is Google Gemini just released about a couple days ago. Now, I'm going to play this just to showcase what Gemini is and why this is pretty groundbreaking, which is similar to GPT. Um, but we're going to go from there. So I'll play without audio, which is fine. So what's so interesting about this new model that came out is that we've got it's a multimodal one, but it's a lot more interactive, at least from the demo,
Talk
than
about
what GPT or ChatGPT has been. So right now, this user's active interacting with Gemini in real time. It has a sticky note in the camera frame and it's interacting with it. And so this is the output from Gemini, and the user's drawing a squiggly line. It's describing it the best that it can do. It looks like they're drawing the swan duck bird thing. Looks like it's drawing some water, and the AI says it's swimming in water, and then it has a long neck beard. Says it's a waterfowl, and now it's coloring it blue. It can see that it's uh, the color. It says that it's not common for ducks. Some breeds can be blue. So it's pretty nifty. It's interacting and having dialogue with it. And then now the user brings in a rubber duck. Rubber duck here, it looks like it's it described it's describing the material, guesses rubber plastic. Now it can't hear, but if the user prompted it and said it was squeaking, and it says, okay, it guessed it's a rubber duck, it's made of rubber, and things like that. So that's just one of the use cases. Another one is it can do multilingual, which is nifty. Now this one's pretty nifty here. This one's really cool. It shows Gemini the photo of a globe. Here's the world map. And so it says, okay, we're gonna make it. It says, let's make a game out of this map. And it says, guess the country, kangaroo, koala, coral reefs. You pointed to Australia on the map, and it said correct with the emoji. Now it has another one, and that one probably could be another place, and it is correct there. Now, this is another aspect of it where we're gonna have Gemini and AI can now do things in real time and track videos frame by frame. So now we're gonna have it play shell game, and this is the cup right there. Now this is the correct one. It says the cup to the left, and it is correct. Using frame by frame analysis, it can do that. So now it's attempting to play rock, paper, scissors with it. Uh, this one is just interacting with hands rather than drawings. And so it's pretty nifty. Now we've got some analysis here of connection. So actually, I'll just go back to this one briefly. The food and the cookie, the orange and the cookie, what you can do with multimodal AI with this is you can send it an image and say, craft me a recipe or make a recipe out of these ingredients. And so this is where we're going to see AI move more into interacting with our real world through either augmented reality, photos, or some interactive interface like this. Now, before in the previous sessions, we were really doing text to text generation. If you stayed extra time on the last session, we did a lot of things there, really, but it really was honed more towards interacting with it through chat or having it delegating AI tasks, but having it complete it and return output through tasks via text. But now we're going to have it interpret images and videos to be able to do things. Also, it can be able to do things in real time, as we saw with the shell game in that speed. Now, let's see. We also now, because of the image generation models, it can also start doing image generation using DALL-E 3 and a few of the other models, which we'll get a little bit more into today. And so it says, okay, I see blue and pink yarn. So it generates ideas of what you can do with these two yarn colors. So these are situation specific models and drafts of actual products that could be created using these. Now, this is a different um, scenario where it can say which one do you want to go to. Using real world analysis, it says if you want to make better friends, you should go to the left. Um, so it's suggesting it goes to the left. So this can be used for and I've used this myself actually when you're traveling in a new place and you send a picture of a street corner and you say, this is my current location. I'm in Tokyo, Shinjuku. I want to I want to find a restaurant. I have this diet. I want to look for, I don't know, let's say gluten-free food in Shinjuku, Japan at this exact date and time and send AI the picture of where you are on the street corner, it can say, okay, well, based on where you're located, you should go here based on your diet. This would be a good choice for you and based on the date and time. And it can also query real world information now. It will tell you what the best thing is. And it'll say, we recommend you this restaurant or things like that. And so it's getting kind of crazy on what it can do. Um, and so this is just Gemini. This came out this was showcased, what, 3, 4 days ago. It's pretty recent. So with that, let's see, where is the slides? Okay, so with that, I just want to let everyone know that if you have any Q&As, or if you want an engaging Q&A, just throw it up in the chat. I've got it popped up here on the bottom. Just throw it up just like in Twitch or YouTube Live or whatever it is. Just throw it up that way because then I can just answer it live. Then we can go from there. That's pretty much the best way to interact with all of this. Now let me actually share here the footage of this, copy link. If anyone's curious to see what that full video and the initial aspect would have been like, without having to go through all the virtual cams and stuff like that, then I put the link to that there. It might need to be requested, but I'll enable it momentarily. So today's agenda, we're going to go through AI social engineering theory, just talking about it at first, talking about what can be done, things of that nature. Then we're going to go into the demos. We're going to do AI image generation and AI video generation. Then we're going to do some labs where you all will be able to do some AI image manipulation and AI video manipulation. And actually, speaking of, I would like everyone to at least uh, open up this collab. And now, if you were with us in the prior sessions, then you would remember that I went over collab briefly. But go in collab. Can everyone see my collab screen right now?
Yep, we can see.
Okay, fantastic. So go into Colab, connect it to some kind of compute engine. This will be useful for the lab, but it takes some time to set up this project. So what you'll need to do is click install. This takes about 5 to 10 minutes, so I don't want anyone to be waiting for that. And then the second prep work thing that we'll need to do is you'll need to join these two Discord servers. So I will invite, I'll add 2 links into the Zoom chat. So the first one is going to be the Cybertech Defense. That's my cyber firm's Discord, but that also has some tools in there. And then the other one will be this server. Okay, this server is the second one that we'll need to join for the 2 demos there. So with that being said, make sure that you do pop this open. You do connect to some instance because we're going to be competing with everyone in the world for free GPU compute right now. So we need to be using it. So just click install. That'll take about 5 minutes and then do everything else.
Hey, Preston, before we continue, I'm having an issue logging into the drive link, and I don't know if I'm the
Which one?
first one. First one he throws
Yes,
us.
that one. Let me just yeah, add that to be open access right now for the video. That one is something there. Okay, so I'm gonna open that so that everyone can access it. You can download it and then view it. Sharing, open public, and let's see. Uh, uh, yeah, let me do this where we can. Mhm. This needs to have something else here. Here, George, what I'll do is I'll share it with you, and then if you can download it, uh, if you can download it and propagate it back up in chat, that would be fantastic. I don't want to mess around too much with the share settings right now, but it looks like everyone should have access to it that requested it in the last little bit here. Unless I can turn it on somehow. Okay. Do you have access now?
I do not. Maybe has anyone else been able to get access, and maybe they can kind of share that on the chat.
I just requested it. I'm just that I just gotta wait for the email.
Same.
Okay.
Thanks, Katarina.
No worries. I will see
You
what.
probably see a bunch of emails coming from us.
Yeah. Neil, you have access for sure. I saw it. Can you download and push it back up if you don't mind?
Which one? Oh, that document that you just posted?
The drive link. It's the video. It's the initial video.
Okay.
It's not part of any labs or anything like
Yeah,
that. It's just
sure,
part of it's just in case anyone's curious what the audio should have sounded like in the beginning.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah. No worries.
So if you don't have access to that, just for clarity, that's fine to wait on. That's not needed for the lab. All right, cool.
Yes. The first lab of note is the link to collab. This is very useful, and we need to warm it up so that we have a runtime. Everything else is done through the Discord links, so we don't need to worry about that too much right now. So after the labs, then we'll do just a conversation about AI ethics, policies, considerations, and all that, and then you'll get more resources for continuing learning. So today's pretty packed. We got 2 demos, 2 labs showcasing 4 different aspects of AI, image and video. It's crammed a lot into our session today, so let's start getting through it. So the fun is here. We're going to start talking about some AI social engineering theory. Thank you, Neil. So first and foremost, AI can now produce videos. It's pretty astounding of what it can do. It can produce images and videos. It can use specifically in social engineering. So we're just going to kind of gloss over the fact. Once you look at that video of George, you'll understand that, okay, AI can now make videos. It sounds just like them. It looks just like them. The mouth moves just like they're speaking. So we're just going to go over that assumption. It can make pretty realistic videos, deepfakes and stuff like that. That's the stuff that we've seen. That was some of the those allegations for election spoofing and stuff like that, or tarnishing people's reputation or digital blackmail, all done with deepfakes. So that in itself is another aspect of social engineering. It can be used to manipulate, deceive, or whatever with people. Imagine if, let's say that you had grandparents and they had a video from their grandchildren saying, hey grandpa, hey grandma, I need some money. I'm stuck in this country. There were some flights and now they won't let us on the plane because of whatever. And I ran out of money and I need a plane ticket. Can you send me $1,000? Oh, I need to get a plane ticket today. That's a pretty plausible situation. Especially with well, let's say that their social media had a bunch of travel videos. That's really all their grandparents saw from them. And they see this customized video with their voice, with their video sent to their email and a PayPal link. That's legitimately one of the Nigerian prince methods to utilize and capitalize this stuff. It can also be used to create fake identities. Some of these people, now, before the video was made, I asked George for consent to even create that video. But imagine if, one, that wasn't done, or two, it was done on someone that was completely fabricated, they weren't legitimate, or worst case where they do actually exist in history, but they might have passed away a long time ago, but we were using their public information to create a persona for them and to continue their legacy, or to continue operating, or sitting through entire loan due diligence calls on their behalf while using um, their loan information and everything. So at this point, because social security numbers and things of that nature can be purchased online for $5 to $10, and these AI videos can be created to be hyper realistic, and there can be even systems used to bypass real-time systems. It can really cause a lot of, let's say, issues with our current establishment, especially post-COVID. Everything moved online. Imagine someone doing digital court as someone else. That is a possible reality when using these AI deepfake technologies and social engineering tools. Now, I will say that the high quality content does take some time to render, so we're at least safe from that at the moment. But there are some other systems that are going to be available here in the near future. Now, the name of the group in Discord, there's two. One of them is Pika Labs, and the other one is Cybertech Defense. There are two projects, so that's what you'd be seeing. All right, so a few other things about the theory of what's possible. It can replicate human speech patterns. I did showcase some of that later, but I will be able to, if we have some time, showcase how it can replicate speech pretty well. Actually, I can have something done. If someone wants to throw together like a short haiku poem, I'm gonna have AI George's voice read that haiku poem. So if you can just someone post it in the chat, I'll have it done, and we can look at it in real time. Yeah, if I'll be able to share that tab, we can hear it. So I'll showcase that briefly. Obviously email, social media, but really the video calls is the most damaging one, because everything else there's a level of doubt, but when it comes to seamless levels of really video kind of real-time interactions with someone's likeness and voice, that's pretty much a good basis of all of our communications nowadays. Some people don't really even do the face-to-face anymore. A lot of us really operate on the online basis. So it's going to change the fabric of our reality. And of course, yeah, digital personas, all that stuff. Now, ethically, honestly, there's not very much. You can use it to test against social engineering attacks. You can use it for marketing. You can use it to I don't know, send announcements and stuff like that. But request sent. There was a second one sent by Neil that I'll copy and put that link back in here.
I can drop it again too.
Okay, I like this this haiku. Thank you, Sumit. All right, so let's throw in George. We're gonna use his voice. All right, great. All right, so I like this. Okay, I want to make the voice settings really exciting. I like to be on the edge of whatnot, so we're gonna put the stability low, exaggeration high, speaker boost. Boom, let's generate that. And then I'm going to share the actual tab so you can hear the audio, hopefully.
Or the sun that shines brightly throughout my day, where the gravity.
You probably can't hear this. It sounds amazing, actually.
Throughout my night, there are stars that glimmer.
Sounds freaking amazing. So I'm gonna send it on the audio because that hey sounds pretty good. Actually, George, if you can read the first haiku that made it through, so we can have a baseline, that would be fantastic.
You're the sun that shines brightly throughout my day. You want to read the whole thing?
You know what? That we'll hear it. We'll hear it. We'll hear
Yeah.
it good enough here. So I put the audio in there. So you've heard the first line of George reading in real time, and then when you hear the entire haiku written, there you go. One use case I did use this for is I created an audio book that I also had AI assisted as written, and I had the AI read the entire audio book with my voice, and it was submitted and it cleared through the basically a lot AW what's it called, Audible. Amazon's Audible requires a human to read it, so you have to have it be read by a human, but it passed Audible's check, so good luck. Those voice actors are going to be out of a job very soon, and you only need about 2 to 5 minutes of the source audio to generate the entire model. So that's basically where it's at now. It's getting pretty crazy. So without even doing the complications of video, imagine just having calls or things like that done with the voice. And it sounds, I mean, George, you can vouch. It sounds pretty freaking close to George.
Yeah, I have to say, so that you know, spot on some of the things that even with Ryan wrote in the chat about that, like Zoom and audio, like I feel the same way. It's been off for me a little bit, but what I'm noticing is when I downloaded this, I played it on Apple Music on my Mac, and it scares me because I know that I have certain inflections because I'm so Cuban, and I like this my way I speak English, and I could just hear like my accent, like I could hear it in the thing. It was really good, and
Yeah,
the quality,
these are
quality as well is really good. In addition, just
eh,
I felt like it sounded like me.
plus it also adds in filler words as well. So it adds ums, ands, and buts sometimes into text to even make it more human. If the settings are as unstable as I've added them, but we need that in that unpredictability in human speech. It's not robotic, and that's what is gonna really change the whole process when it comes to what is going to be possible with this AI voice. So in the terms of social engineering, it's going to be kind of ridiculous. It is opening up the entire world on it, and now it's going to take vishing and all of those variants of it to the next level. So that's theory in a nutshell. There was like a micro showcase there on the audio, but we're gonna go straight into image generation. So I'm going to share a different screen now, and I'm gonna open up Edge. And if you want to follow along while I do this, feel free. You do need Microsoft Edge to do this, to be very to make it very simple. Otherwise, you can use other tools as well. Just by who's using I know if you're using a Mac, George, who else is not using a Windows that has access to this? I do have an alternative link if you'd like to follow along, but it's not what I'm going to be showcasing.
And Preston, one last thing I want to add, like there is an email that'll go out on Monday with a link of a follow-up. So if you want to rewatch the session, you have that. I would say, in my opinion, it might be better for some of us, including myself. Like I'm going to choose to watch the demo and then I'm going to execute this on my own. So I can scare my wife. No, I'm just kidding. But it's kind of like it's pretty cool. We're going to learn here. But I would say it's okay if you're not following along and you want to just watch. That's what I'm doing.
Just
Sweet.
FYI, I got a Mac with Edge on it.
All right, if you yeah, if you don't have it native, the thing is, one of the things is I don't want to have you all install a bunch of software. So if you want to install it, that's on you. If you don't want to install it, there's a cloud alternative. It's not like this entirely, but because if you go to this link, Bing image create, then it will not let you use it unless you have Edge. Last I checked, it may be different now, but that is one of the limitations of it. But I do have another version of it that is an alternative. It's on my server, but for the sake of it, we'll use Edge because it is very well known. So All right, so someone give me a prompt in chat. What do we want to, what image do we want to create? And we're just going to create one and kind of just work on it from there. So we're going to be able to just to pop something and start it. That's funny. Can I even make a haiku? Winter Wonderland. Okay. Rhino's eating pasta. That was the first one. Alex. All right. Rhino's eating pasta. So image creation, we're going to throw in Rhino's eating pasta. Now, fun fact, Bing, Microsoft, especially with the whole OpenAI debacle of destruction of the humanity and the world and Sam Altman getting fired and whatnot. It was due to AGI and stuff like that. But long story short, Microsoft has the latest and greatest AI models built into their products, Edge and stuff like that. They're bringing it back. I now legitimately use Microsoft Edge for certain reasons, and the ease of use of this and free DALL-E 3 access is really good. So here are the images that we've got for Rhino's eating pasta, right? And then so we've got Rhino's eating pasta. We've got that looks pretty good. It looks got they got some headphones there. We got some pasta. Forks look decent. Pasta looks immaculate, honestly. Candles make sense. Everything's pretty good. Another one. This looks like it's in an Italian joint. That's a lot of meatballs, honestly. Yeah, very sharp, very high quality. 1024 by 1024. It's a pretty big one. Another one, another restaurant, and this one is, it looks like the other side of the other restaurant. Fantastic. So that's pretty cool. Now, the second one was a Winter Wonderland. I'm going to add something here. So this is something that you can do with DALL-E 3, which you can't do when that DALL-E 3 is the backend engine of this, which is one of the latest image generation models. But what I'm gonna do, I like how, thank you, Edge for and Microsoft for installing random things on my computer. Winter Wonderland with the words Merry Christmas, Christmas in a snowflake. Let's see how this fares. So that's one of the cool aspects of that's one of the cool aspects of these newer models, is that the older models had a very, very difficult time adding in competent text into your images. And if you play with Midjourney and stuff like that, it doesn't work. But these newer models are able to do that with, and I misspelled Christmas and it threw it in there. Here we go. It says Merry Christmas inside of a snowflake in a Winter Wonderland theme. Here's another one. That one looks pretty good. You can use this straight up as an advertisement. And here is another one as well. So, there we go. This one, they spelled this one correctly, even though I misspelled it. So I'm going to actually, I'm going to use this one for the next demo. So we're gonna, in the theme of the holidays, this is a very beautiful image. It's 1024 by 1024, large image, high quality. Is it still misspelled? Am I dyslexic? Chris. Oh,
Chris is yeah.
yeah, that is I guess some stylization. So we can
Oh,
we
okay,
can
okay.
no, that's good catch there. So we'll do it again with the proper spelling there, and then we'll see. Now, amazingly, this doesn't take very long to generate. It takes for 4 images, it takes maybe a few seconds. Oh wow, these are we're really good here. Now, this could be used in an ad. Not a fan of the font. I like this font. It's integrated. I like that. This one is also integrated. This one is these ones. I think that one's a no. This one is pretty cool. It's got the pine cone. It's got all the Winter Wonderland elements to it. This one though, I think is honestly, I don't know what this object is. It looks like a gingerbread key. This one though, ornaments, snow. This one is Winter Wonderland. All right, so we're between 3 and 4. I like this one though. It has a good contrast. It's in a cave. Winter Wonderland. It's got a seat. So this is the one I'll be using for the demo. So that is an element of Winter Wonderland. Okay, Winter Wonderland JPEG. So that's an element here of the image generation. It's pretty freaking good now, and you can incorporate text straight on. You can use definitely use cases you can use for advertising. You can use it for whatever. But one of the social engineering aspects of image generation is, let's say that okay, let's see. We need a typically in this scenario, we're gonna say photo of, let's say me of an Asian American holding a paper with the text. This is for getting past know your customer. Wow, my keyboard. American holding a paper with the text December let's see, no, 12. Let's make this easier. 9/20/23, and then we're gonna call this AI workshop. So typically with KYC, know your customer when it comes to these services that require you to verify your ID. Well, sometimes they might ask you, okay, well, just so that we verify this is live image, we need you to take a photo of yourself with a piece of paper and writing some text on it, right? So let's see what it can generate here. Because if we can generate a good base image, we can do a face swap. Yeah, okay. Okay. So, all right, this is interesting. Let's see if we get the date correctly. Okay, this one is probably the best one for try. This is for I'm gonna do a face swap with this one later. I'll showcase that. But this one has everything here. It's got the date that can be fixed with forward slashes. This can be photoshopped out, and then AI workshop is pretty good. Can clean that out. But yeah, so I'm going to save this image. I think this one's good enough because it's similar enough. Hair is similar enough. I could do the face swap. That's easy. So we'll do KYC pass. So this is the social engineering aspect of it. Sweet. All right. So these are the two generated images that I'll be using for the other demos here. So let me see. There's some activity here. We're saying, what happens if you integrate a 3D printer? So speaking of 3D generated rocket parts, so they are actually doing 3D printed AI generated. So what does that mean? That means that AI is generating these rocket parts, testing them in a model, and NASA's using it actually. And then if it passes the simulations and it works really well, then what NASA does is it just has a SLS printer or something like that, just print the design to see if it is good, and then if it's good, then what it does is it prints it out and checks it. So these are some of the 3D printed AI generated 3D models. It's there's a whole other rabbit hole in 3D models, but today I'm going to stick with the images and videos, but it can do 3D models as well so that you can throw it into CADWorks, SolidWorks, Blender, whatever you like. Now, some of the solutions that it has for a very structurally sound part looks weird to humans, but via the math, it is like the strongest part that you can use for it. And so it comes up with these really cool designs, very efficient, very strong for certain things there. So yeah, this is another part. So yes, this is what happens if you add a 3D printer. You can do all sorts of stuff and fully automate it. Also running it through like a gaming engine or Unreal to test the physics of it kind of is a way to go. So yeah, I can deep dive on it like crazy. Now with oh yeah, the art the art world in the crypto space with NFT art has been using generative AI for almost a year now actually. So yes, but also what it does is it actually incorporates it changes what art actually is, because now art isn't the well, actually you can even draw. There's another project out there where you can draw on a piece of paper and it will generate a high rendition version of what you're drawing in AI, and you can still use it to do that. Let me see if I can let me draw demo. Let me see if I can pull something up pretty briefly. Okay, so this is a video of it. I'm not going to have audio, but uh, is input. Yes, we're going to do that very soon. Yeah, we're going to do that next in the manipulation as one labs. So this is what I'm talking about with the art world. This is the now current state of art. Okay, artist is gonna throw a circle and a prompt. The prompt, you can see right here, it says, top view of a girl lying in a field of red poppy flowers dreamily with whimsical green grass. So boom, left, drawing, right, AI generated image. That's art. Fantastic. That's honestly, where I'll be. That's my first level of drawings. But if you look on the right, this is real-time renditions of it. And if you like what is on the right, you drag it over to the left to use it and start drawing on that. And then you draw on this to improve bits of it, throw in some butterflies, throw in some other things, and then watch as it generates those objects in high. This is, by the way, low rendition, because once you upscale this thing, it becomes like super HD. And so you can see that they're just dragging it over. They're running through different versions of it until they like what they see. And then they're using what they're doing is they simplified the objects here. They're just dragging the butterfly icons, changing the size, and moving it around here. So this is what art is going to look like next. So maybe traditional art is maybe going to be it's going to be modernized, it's going to be updated, but in a way where it will allow a good artist to become an even better artist, and a starting artist, as you can see per that super stick figure grade art, turn it into something beautiful. So people aren't going to be limited by their art skill. It's just going to be limited by your ability to prompt and to refine your vision, and then to be able to modify using very user-friendly tools. Yeah, so that's Kriya AI. There's so many tools, honestly, but we're going to look at just the main core technologies, because you can always find the tools that wrap around that. Now, we're going to look a little bit here into AI video generation. This is pretty nifty. So give me a couple prompts to do videos from scratch, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to animate our Christmas stuff here. So I'm going to move a little fast here, but I joined the Pico Lab. I'm joining one of their creation Discord servers. Now, no, anything you create is going to be public, but that's okay. I'm going to type create, and I know I want to animate first until that prompt is there. Animates, and with the prompts be as descriptive as possible, so that we can actually have. It's going to create 3 seconds of content for us to work with, which is going to be pretty nifty from scratch. So I'm going to animate 2 things. I'm going to animate the prompt from scratch, and I'm going to animate this Winter Wonderland image. Now, just for reference, I'm going to put in the Zoom chat. This is the Winter Wonderland image. I like it a lot. It's got really good elements. It's got the house in the back, the snowflake ornament in the forefront, the gifts, the Christmas tree. It's got honestly everything that needs to be done for a good Winter Wonderland image with that Merry Christmas. It's like an ad, right? So, and actually I have done advertising bits for Twitter and Instagram and a few things using this for some projects where you just need a little bit of a creative, you need a little video to showcase, to capture attention. Yeah, everyone knows that videos convert more, get more impressions than other things. But we are going to see it. Okay, so here's the video. So can everyone see my screen? I'm going to play it here. All right, so this is the video. Okay, it's doing something really creepy with the present, honestly. That's a little strange. So I don't like that. I'm gonna recreate it here. But did everyone see this video play on the screen?
Yeah, it seems that the present has come
Yeah.
to life.
Right.
And I also don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, it's a little creepy. Oh, this one's interesting. This one is from scratch. This user did a toy train moving on tracks under a Christmas tree. So it's a 4D train. It's warping through time, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that was what I was able to create. What is this one? So there's a lot of Christmas themed things here. This is using animate. Let's look at some create prompts. Da, da, da. This one gave it an image. Oh, someone took my image and is working with it. That's funny. They like the Merry Christmas image a lot. Well, this is public server after all. This is the new one. Look, okay, so now the presents aren't coming to life. And look, we've got snow coming down. So I'm gonna put this in the Zoom chat. This one works really well. And I like it a lot. There's no unspeakable horrors. It's just Merry Christmas tier stuff. So yeah, that's also one of the that's just one of the things that you get with AI. We call it unspeakable horrors. You don't know what you saw, but you don't want to see it again. So all right, so I'm gonna throw that in here. And then what you would do is you would basically yeah, you can't unsee it, you can't really put correctly name it, right? It's gonna just be a little bit of a wild thing. So this is AI video generation. You can put in just plain text, but it works really well from an image. And it's done via Discord, so you don't have to download anything. You can use Discord from your browser if you don't want to download that. But I think many of us do have Discord. So the syntax, if you're curious, you can either animate, just do /animate, create are the two main ones. You can encrypt it, but most 99% of people use it for animate and then create. Animate is it's just a lot easier to guide it on an image rather than try to have it create all the video assets from scratch. This is the create scratch. This is prompt Tom Cruise putting on Iron Man nanotechnology with a movie effect. And it was not able to fully do that properly. Now, I think okay, here we go. Create a VR set like visions in your head to give it to an AI. Oh no, I'm looking for the video prompt that uh wait, is this the prompt right here, James? It says create a VR. I'm gonna create one here. But let's see. Create a set like visions. Oh no, that is the business idea, I think. What was the prompt for the video? I think it was a holodeck, or do we not have a prompt? It's fine. It's okay. We can make one for a video. Let's see. This Tom Cruise one's interesting. Okay, let's do it on. Let's see. Cyber Santa. Cyber Santa in space with a Star Trek theme. On a spaceship sled in space with Star Trek theme. I'm honestly really curious on what that video is going to look like. Maybe it will be some kind of unspeakable horror. Oh, it just straight crashed. That's not good. Let's try to retry. Okay. Cyber Santa. Yeah, we're gonna see what that's gonna create. So it does take some time. But honestly, it's pretty fast because it's creating all of the images by frame, stitching them together, and then outputting it out as a video. So a lot of these video technologies are just built on top of image generation frame by frame. And after seeing that demo with Create AI, you can see that it is pretty good at doing things in near real time to be able to create content that is going to be good enough. And then if it's done and if it has time to render, like right now, it will be able to have really good good quality. So here's the video. It rendered. Wow, I'm impressed. Okay, let's see. We got just the image itself going through a black hole. We've got Santa. He looks like he's on and something in space. It looks like Earth is in the background. Let's see what the video looks like. Oh, wait, he's just floating. I honestly, that's probably what we could expect there. So that's pretty good. If you want to mess around and add things more, go and check it out. You can use the first frame of the image to work off of, or just kind of go from there. So now we're going to do some AI image manipulation. This is where we're going to do some of the labs. So what we need to do for this lab is you need to join the Cybertech Defense Discord server. And here's an example of what we're going to be able to do. So we've got one of the Dallas basketball team players, Luca, here on the left. This is an original image. And then I've got a screenshot of George here in the middle as the source image to pass through and modify the frame with. And then here we have the output image. This is George doing a dunk. He was secretly actually part of the Dallas was it Cowboys, but he doesn't tell many people about that. So we're gonna do this one together. Right now, I'm going to do it on the image that I pulled earlier, which is this KYC image in the context of social engineering. But anyone can do this with anything. So step one, go and grab an image, and then I will open up the Discord server here. So and a bunch of other things are in the server too. There's a bunch of cybersecurity stuff, a bunch of things. This is one of the oldest Discord servers out there, actually. I used, what is this? Oh, no. How do I, oh, it's having so many people are joining. How do I, security actions? I will, no, it's okay. We don't need to have you all do caps because that's fine. All right. All right, once you are in this server, there's a lot of things here and I need to clean up a few things, but go to image generation right here and then do /, and then these are the things that you'll really need to do. You'll first create an ID, save one, and then we'll do a swap. So I'm going to first do save ID. So this is what it's going to be. So I'm going to first do save ID. I'm going to type in Zen. That's going to be for me. And then for an image, I'm going to find an image of myself that I can use and drag it into this. So I'm going to use it as the reference image. So I'm going to look for a good image for myself. You want an image that is, so I'm going to use this as my reference image. It's a headshot. It has me in full frame. It's very clear to see my facial features. So I'm going to use this as my base image. Very low amounts of distractions. So I'm going to throw this in and I'm going to hit enter and I'm going to save it. So I want to confirm everyone has access to the image generation. Actually, who does not have access to it or who had an issue with Discord, who needs to make an account, because there was an assumption that Discord was Discord being a prerequisite, but I want to make sure that everyone has. Okay, fantastic. So we got some people already in here. Great. So first step is you need to create your you want to create your image ID. So you want to save your ID there. The next step, after you've saved your ID, you want to do a swap ID. So I'm going to use the swap ID of Zen and I'm going to then attach an image. Now, I don't think the IDs will work between everyone. No, they might. Last I checked, they didn't, but they might have updated it. So you can do whatever you'd like there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab this image of the KYC here. Let's say that I want to theoretically, as a malicious actor, was using someone's some deceased person's social security and ID, and I wanted to create an account on some um, financial marketplace for moving money, laundering purposes. I can do that via using their photo, using honestly, it doesn't even need to be AI generated. It could be literally just you if you are similar in likeness, writing some text on a piece of paper and doing it that way. That's why um a lot of KYC is now done with like a short video, but that also can be bypassed too now. So it is what it is. So anyhow, I'm going to throw it in. I'm going to send it to the bots. The bot is connected to a bunch of backend stuff that uh, we won't really need to dive into. So this is what it did. It is honestly a little disturbing, but considering the inputs and the outputs, and it kept the glasses on, um, it didn't do a horrible job. So I'm going to showcase the initial image first. Once I find it, the initial image, where is it? Ah, here it is. The initial image is here. The target image is there, and this is the output. It's not horrible. So I'm gonna do another one because I don't like that as much. I mean, the glasses might have thrown it off. Let's find, I have another image here of let's see if someone I might be able to swap with just based on the skin color and everything there to be as similar as possible. That's honestly very scary. So this can be done this way, but for this lab, I'd like to see some creations that you all have. So create an ID, swap ID, and then do some swaps, and let's see the creations that you all can come up with. So we can see it live here, whatever you do. So yeah, we can make it that way. I'd like to see maybe one or two of these, and just to see what creative things we can come up with. Create an ID and just shoot it from there. Yeah, you can do it. And the cool part is you can do this from a phone. You can do this from a computer. You can do this. The ID Dimes created. Cool. Let me see. I'm gonna test something actually. Maybe I can.
Hey, Preston, when I put the swap ID command, I threw in my profile picture. How do I add the second photo to swap the ID? Or do I
So
have to put it?
save it. You first need to save the ID, and then you need to do swap ID, which is so the first command is save ID, and
Got it.
that creates the ID of that reference image, and then swap ID uses that reference image identifier to create new images. So
Perfect, thank
there's
you.
two commands for this. So we've got let me see if I can use Dimes, Dimes. And then what happens if I put my face inside here? Let me see. Will I be able to use the swap ID? Okay, so the swap IDs are unique to your user. So I was not able to use Dimes globally. So there's that as well. So your reference image is still kind of private if you want to keep it that way. So yeah, the social engineering aspect of it is kind of this, but obviously it also could be kind of done up in Photoshop. I don't think they use images anymore, especially after image generation came out. They're definitely going to be doing some different stuff. So I'm just going to be looking for one or two of the Discord generated images here, and then I'm actually going to be kind of making sure that my system here doesn't go idle. 18, okay, that's no problem. 18 compute units. Okay, let's open this up, make sure this is working fully. Only need one tab. Okay, face fusion is turning on. That's good news. All right. And I'm gonna look for something. I'm gonna look for a video to do the video swaps here really shortly. But yeah, just pushing up. I don't know if it's generating or lagging, but we've got so log ID name log not found, not found. So you have to, so I will do this one more time to showcase it. The first ID that you want to do is save ID like this. Save ID, and then you want to create any name. You can create any name. You can use your username or whatever it is. And then you want to click this and upload an image. This is going to be the reference. Oh, whoa. I like this. The OxyClean. Um, I like that. I like that. That's a good image there. A good face swap. So I will grab a GIF here. Let's say OxyClean guy. I like that. We're gonna use the OxyClean guy. Billy May. We do a short video. Honestly, all right. Let's see. Let's see. The new generation's coming up in the chat. Let's see. So yeah, save ID, swap ID. Let's see. Billy Mays. Let's see. Using. Wow, that's gonna be a long video. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna use this as the video here to kind of prep. Let's see if it works well. All right, I like it. Oh, maybe he does an interview actually. He moves a lot. Let me see what inputs. Oh, okay. We've created a meme. That's pretty nifty. Yes. Sweet. Okay. 20 seconds. Perfect. Not too long. Wow. That's funny. Okay. I'll grab this video. I think this is gonna be a good video here. So yeah, I'm seeing a lot of new creations here in Discord. So this is pretty nifty. We've got this elf meme. And feel free to do this whenever you have access to my server, and I will be also adding more news, and I'll go over that in a little bit later. We've got say what's his Freddy Krueger, yeah? Is Freddy Krueger? I think that's Freddy Krueger. So yeah, we got some face swaps going on here, pretty nifty. Yeah, you can make a ton of these. Yeah, there we go. So sweet. So that is basically the gist of the and download this. That's the gist of basically image manipulation in the context of what we've got with social engineering. You can use it for all sorts of stuff. Tell a cool story. Now we're gonna move into from image manipulation. We're gonna go into video manipulation. So check this out. All right, so that is a play on the image manipulation here. So in the beginning, we had uh, George swap his face with Luca on a single frame, right? But now we are taking the video and grabbing it frame by frame to basically do an entire interview as George, but in the setting and environment of Luca. So we're going to be able to do this next. And so make sure that you're still connected. Oh, no. No. It disconnected my runtime. That is something. Okay, it's okay. I have a local version. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna run a project here to, we're gonna run. Why is it not connecting? Oh, let's see. It should be connecting, or maybe because we're all trying to connect, it's dying. I literally disconnected at the worst time. That's okay. I have a local version. So I'm just gonna close that out, close this out. Give me one moment. I got to improvise here. Okay, and this is downloaded, so I'm gonna throw that in as a reference video. We're going to grab this. All right, so in the, I'm just gonna, this one, okay. Hopefully this one works okay without any issues. So I've downloaded that clip here. So for the demo, you wanted to find a clip. So you can find a clip. I'm gonna create a new clip here using the one I just downloaded of Billy Mays doing his interview with TMZ, talking about, I honestly have no idea what he was talking about. It didn't make any sense to me. So obviously the less frames, if we're doing it frame by frame, then the less frames, the better. So I'm only going to really grab the section where his face is not covered by the TMZ logo, which is like here to here, basically. I'm going to delete the rest of it out. And then I'm going to export that as B Maze and save that out. So I'm going to export this really quick. It's just a short clip, not meant to be too long. And then I'm going to now if you were able to get GPU and you were able to properly basically connect into the instance, then you should be able to click a link that opens up at the bottom of the collab. Where is it? Collab. So you're going to be able to, like, if it is successful, I'll show you what the output looks like, but because my GPU is disconnected, I'm just using a local version. You should be able to see output. Oh, that's unfortunate. You should be able to see output. That looks like this right here. We'll say content face fusion HTTP 80. This link right here is basically a live demo that allows you to create this, and it's using the project face fusion without having to set up from scratch. We're using Colab, but that makes it a lot easier. But this is the link example. This is not the exact link. It's going to be different for everyone, but this allows you to access it on the web. And then you'll see something like this once you access it. Now, once you access this, then it's going to be pretty much used this way. And we were going to be using the cloud version because not everyone has access to a AI capable GPU, but Google does, and it's free. It's just you kind of have to fight for it. So I am throwing up my source image. I'm making sure CUDA is on, but that is basically just using a GPU. Going to give it 16 threads because I know that works. Face swapper, everything else can be by default, and I'm going to click keep FPS to make sure it's fast. And then output path, I'm going to just make sure that it goes out to my downloads folder. So we got my headshot there, target video. I'm just gonna grab the video that I created, the clip from the TMZ interview. It's really short, shorter the better for a test demo. So we'll see how that works. It's a few seconds here, like 2, 3. Gonna upload it here. Okay, so wow, they uploaded really fast. So here it is. And it's actually gonna start previewing and replacing the face. You can see the preview here, but I'm also going to just click start and have it run the output. So you can see how it kind of like tried to shift my face onto that frame. So there are 92 frames in this video. And so it's replacing my face on Billy May's face on every frame. It doesn't really work well because he's got a beard. I don't. It actually might work a lot better with your photo, George. So I'm gonna throw that on here. Maybe that will yield a better result. short video, but let me do that here. Because if the frame looks good, then you can proceed to move on with the rest of the video generation. Otherwise, it's not going to be the cleanest thing. So let's see, I don't want this one anymore. Let's say I want to grab, I've got this source image that I had prepared. So let's see how that will look. Otherwise, this is the video output. That looks scary, honestly. It's really trying to do its best with the beard. Doesn't work well. But oh, George, you look fantastic. George, Billy May is right here. That looks fantastic. So you can see the frame. This is the middle of the process here. And yeah, this is the output. It looks pretty straightforward. So I will send the video output here into the Zoom chat, and I'll have a few other things prepared here, but this is the end output video right here. I'm gonna put it on full screen. I think it's gonna be great. Now, due to the low quality of the initial video, like you couldn't really tell because the pixels are already horrible. It's not pixel perfect in the first place, so you don't even need to. This can even enhance it to increase the pixels by upscaling, but it can be used for some pretty crazy things. And then using the AI voice, like what we use for the poem, mix it, and you've got a super good video. So that's basically a video, and I'll end basically the session here with some ethics. Don't be evil, right? Obviously, I can go over this all, but basically, it can be used for a lot of nefarious things. And we're now, as cybersecurity professionals, we're going to have to start looking for this and finding ways to combat it. Because now, if an employee clicks on a link that was in an email with the CEO saying click the link and go through training, that's honestly not their fault anymore. It really is not, because now they have plausible deniability that they could not tell that the CIO told them to go through training and click the link and download the documents to read over for the quarterly or annual training or whatnot. So it's social engineering was already cybersecurity's number one basically weakness. Now it's going to be even more so. And with the multilingual capabilities, this also expands out to other countries, but most countries target the States and the Western countries. So it's really going to be more difficult, especially for Americans, because the accents for the voice models were on US voices. So the more data that we're giving out to the internet, the more that the malicious users out there are going to be able to use for us. So if this is the end of the time, if you do need to head out, I'll leave you with this. Don't be evil. You have a lot of cool tools to use for continual learning. You already are in my cybersecurity Discord. I do have a YouTube and Twitch channel, which I do streaming sometimes. That is just Preston Zen. For if you want to check out the YouTube and the Twitch stuff there, and then check out for updates from George and the newsletter for upcoming AI sessions here. Also check out Google news feeds and Hacker News, and you'll be able to do all sorts of cool things. Now, for anyone that asked for access to the anyone who asked for access to that initial video, I am processing all of them right now. So like 10 plus other people just got access. So if you don't have access, you definitely do now. Aside from that, there should, do we need to do a poll right now?
We don't
George?
need to, we don't need to, Preston, but I mean, I think I would say, because this was an incredible session, Preston. Thank you. I learned a lot. I'm still blown away. I'm still processing. I do want to ask before we kind of head out. I do want to create some space. I mean, if you need to go, that's fine. Obviously, we're going to be sending a follow-up email, as I wrote in the chat, and I do appreciate people putting on their numbers in the chat to respond to the question. We're going to continue this in January, and we're going to be exploring doing lunchtime. We've seen some really great audience. We've heard from a lot of students there's more availability during lunch times, early afternoon on Fridays. So we're going to explore that in addition to nighttime sessions. So we're going to just be on your lookout in your emails for that. any questions for Preston before we head out of here? I'll say we'll probably have a hard stop in about 7 minutes. At 25, I'm going to end the session. Alex, I see you raising your hand. Please jump on in.
So I had a curious one. So I was the Dimes account. I tried actually using image of New York Giants quarterback Daniel Jones. And it said when I tried to do something, it said, oops, it looks like you're trying to save the likeness of a public figure as a source base for later morphing. This is against our terms of use. I found that kind of interesting, like as a safeguard, especially if you are a public figure, for your likeness and having, rights, your rights protected with that.
Yeah, so these are using censored models. I'll say that there are uncensored versions of this, and they like actually if you run this, it's completely uncensored. You can use an image to image. Here it's not as easy as Discord, but this is completely is your GPU. You're not censoring it. So yes, obviously it brings up the entire conversation of rights. For example, there was that song that came out that was using an AI voice of Drake and The Weeknd, and they got no
I heard about
attribution
that.
for that. And it was a pretty. It sounded like a good song. It sounded like a normal song that would have been released, like top 50 or whatnot. But the thing is, they didn't get paid for it, so they got pretty angry about that. But still, it was ruled that that song is okay because it wasn't them. They didn't actually take their music. They didn't take anything. They just took their vocal influxes, and you can't copyright someone's vocal patterns. Yeah.
Did they have to have a disclaimer stating that for likeness purposes that it wasn't officially Drake and The Weeknd?
No, because what happens if you just have a voice that sounds similar to them? Why do they need a disclaimer, right? Because there is no such copyright on someone's voice.
Or if you try to release it under their monikers, do you still have to like?
They didn't. They didn't actually. They didn't. They didn't release
that's
under the
what
monikers.
that's why I was
They
curious
just
about. Okay.
they initially just posted it, and then repost said feat Drake The Weeknd, and that was removed. But the song itself is up there. It's called Heart on My Sleeve. It's a pretty good. I'll put the link in there. And and I'll stay a little bit after after the hard stop time. So I want to answer more questions. I know that we've got more, and I don't mind. But yeah, I'll put the song here. This is the one. This is a repost. It says feat The Weeknd. But yeah, this is basically the song here. It's quite good, but they obviously here's Drake and The Weeknd and stuff like that. But I
Great,
mean,
thank you for all of that.
this
Appreciate
goes into legalities. Does Drake have a trademark on the name Drake? No, then they can use it. What about The Weeknd? No, they can use it, right?
Hey, Preston, bless you. I want to throw out, because of time, I see Ryan's hand is up. Ryan, you want to jump in?
Oh yeah, please.
Did you have anything before you want to go, George? Before I ask another question?
Oh, no, go ahead. All good.
I noticed, hey Preston, thanks for the presentation. That was amazing. Like always, like last time, just, bend your head back. I noticed there's other modes inside of Face Fusion besides standard mode. You have this thing called webcam mode.
Yes. Okay. So now we're gonna go into the experimental stuff. All right. So this stuff is cool. Let's go into the experimental stuff. So this stuff requires for sure Python and stuff like that, which is why I did not use it for this session. Colab is king, but yeah. So here's the command for this is the command for webcam mode. I'll just throw that in the chat in case you're curious. So this is the command. If you let's assume that you downloaded, installed CUDA, TensorFlow, and all that stuff, and you have the project running, or you have in a Docker container or whatever it is, or you can use Pinocchio to just install it. But Pinocchio is like let me show you what Pinocchio is actually. Can you all still see my screen?
Yes.
Should be via
see your
okay.
screen. And
so
I know what a CUDA core is, so I don't know what CUDA and Tensor are that well.
Okay, so let's kind of I'll back it up here. First and foremost, Pinocchio is like a super browser for AI apps, and it doesn't browse the internet. It browses localhost servers for things like that. So CUDA is a driver for GPU for NVIDIA drivers, and you need a graphics card to be able to do this stuff. So I'm installing it. It's a one-click install here for the CUDA version of Face Fusion. Yeah, this is Pinocchio. This is a cool browser for it. You can set up projects like text generation, stuff like that pretty quickly. Or music generation, sound generation, all that stuff is there. This is a link to the projects if it won't break. Yeah, if you want to do this, at least it puts it in a Conda environment so you won't like mess up your computer. And it is a one-click process, so it's pretty nifty. But this is advanced mode for sure. So these are some of the cool AI projects that exist out there. We've got of the more notable ones, real-time stable diffusion. That means creating images in real time as you're prompting it. It just does image to image as you go. We've got more text to image models that are uncensored. Turbo, another real-time one. Pumpy, which you can use node-based pathing to make deterministic, stable, consistent images from workflow, not only prompts, but from specific workflow. Video diffusion, you need a very beefy, I don't even have GPUs to run this yet. I only can do it on cloud right now, but you need like a 4080, a 44,000 series GPU, so 4060 plus to even do this, maybe more. Image generation, we've got music generation.
For those of us
What
that-
is
text
that?
generation. So
Yeah, Preston, can you talk a little bit about like for someone who wants to procure a GPU like that, explain what the cost is, and like is that just available to anyone, or is that like you have to be on a wait list because obviously with NVIDIA and
I'll
AMD.
load up Amazon here.
Okay. I don't know if Ryan, that was your question, but that was mine.
All right, so sure.
My question
So
was
let's-
different than the GPU question.
Oh, my
And-
apologies. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry about that.
But mine was
You need about, yeah, this is what you need to do some basic AI stuff. It's like I have two 3080s, but you can use a 4060 and it should do it.
I've been
I'll
shopping
put
that
the
same
link
exact
to
card.
someone's file. Perfect. So you're good. You're set. That you just need a gaming computer. I also have a gaming laptop. It kind of works. I have a 2080 on here or something like that, but it's not optimal. I can't do cool stuff. You can do the video webcam stuff much better than I. But yeah, your question?
My question was, what is stable diffusion at a video level like? Like, what is it actually like? Give any examples, because like that right there is like, what is it that you're actually achieving? Are you like morphing photo to photo? Because I've seen that before. That doesn't. What is it exactly?
Stable diffusion is okay. So stable diffusion is just the name of the model. So okay. For those of you that clicked my alternative image generation link, I run stable diffusion as the AI model through a web application that I set up on my personal server. If you stayed last session, you saw this. This is stable diffusion running here. I've got oh wow, there's okay, I need to close a lot of this stuff. Okay. All right. So for example, this is stable diffusion, natural sin. Okay. All right, so I'm choosing a model, and I can do my image generation here. So let's do the rhino eating pasta. That should be doing its thing, but it might take a little bit of time to load. But this is basically the okay, perfect, and then we'll do some negative prompts to make sure that it is. Let me do this input box. Where are the textual inversions. We're gonna throw in real quick. Easy negative, unrealistic dream, very bad image. Because I don't know. Oh, it's doing it as one word. I don't want that. Give me a moment.
All right, Preston, I'm gonna head out, but I made you the host. I'm going to Disney World with my 2-year-old tomorrow. So I hope you all have a wonderful
okay.
break, and I look forward to seeing everyone for our first session in January.
George,
Amazing
thank you.
session today,
Thank you.
Preston. You are the GOAT. That was awesome.
It's super fun. Thanks for having me. All right, let's do a new keyword here. So very bad image, unrealistic dream. I just don't want like horrors to show up. That would be not great. All right, so let's see what happens if I hit generate. So this is Stable Diffusion. You can set up a project like this through Pinocchio, I want to say, by just clicking on it and installing everything. This is Stable Diffusion Web UI, Stable Video. But there's a bunch of, so Face Fusion is the one that we're using to switch that stuff. This is an open source model to clone voices. This is just to chat with. What is this? Voice-based conversion. I haven't
So
gone
when
through
I've
all of
seen
these
like
yet.
animated e-girls on Twitch using like some sort of video loop,
Send me a link to it and I'll tell you the project. Probably that it's probably Deform.
got it.
Let me
That was my question. Now I understand more about things that I've seen that I don't
So,
quite understand how it got produced. Yeah.
So it looks like but the thing is every frame of it like they change it changes slightly, right?
Yeah, every frame changes just a little bit. And it just kind of
Yeah,
it's
like this, yeah? Kind of like that.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a plugin for that. It's called Deform. I don't have it turned on because I don't use it because it's not that great. So kind of like this, right? They're dancing, and every frame is slightly different, but it's pretty good, right?
Wow.
They actually have really smooth they have really smooth ones now. This is like early generation. They have ones where the shirt is actually the same every single time, and it's consistent. Hyper smooth, high FPS. Let me see if they've got with control net. No, that one's bad. Well, not bad, but like they're oh, this shirt is a little better here, but the face still moves around. No, they have really good ones now. This stuff is 6 months old, 8 months old. So if that's like half a year old, imagine what they have like now. Some pretty
Wow.
crazy stuff actually.
Wow.
Wow.
Let me do recently uploaded because these are like because I have a project, I have a client, they need legitimately like super realistic passable stuff. That it didn't work enough for that. But for the this month deform dancing. Let's see. No, I saw maybe like, oh, is this one? This one is relatively new. This is hybrid cyber realistic. So this is deform applied over an actual video. Yeah, it's a novelty. It's kind of cool, but there's no like use case for it at the moment until the AI models get better. Okay, so this is ready. I'm excited. I'm excited. Okay, so we're going to launch. Oh, Face Fusion is ready to go. Okay, let me stop this server so that we don't need to do Python. But okay, so Pinocchio, I'll use Pinocchio. Okay, webcam mode. Let's see, does it work easily without a headache? I'm fingers crossed it does. But I have webcam mode here. Okay, so it's just installing all of the prerequisites and stuff it needs. After the first install, it should be really, really simple to do. You just like click enable it. But yeah, download Pinocchio if you want to just run these projects. Because if you stay with me last session, I was literally popping up projects from scratch from GitHub from like the README. But that does take time. But when it comes to like, okay, I saw on the discovery page there was like 12 projects. Let's say I want to do real-time turbo. Right, okay, that seems interesting too. I want to turn this on. What do I need to do for it? So it's it creates the environment. So I've never run turbo before. Pinocchio is relatively new, and it makes the turning on these projects pretty straightforward. But I mean, if it goes to the URL and everything, that would be good too. This one looks like it is downloading a model. So that will take some time. But yeah, this is 5 gigs. Yeah, that'll take a bit. Okay, so I'm not gonna hold my breath on that. Running webcam mode. Uh-oh. Server? Where is this? Connected? That's good. How do I go to Face Fusion? Launch normal mode. I should already have the URL for this actually. So do I? Oh, I can open up a new window like this. Fantastic.
Might be a virtual camera, right? Building like a virtual camera.
It does. So the way to interact with it actually is to set it up. Let me grab this. Maybe it's on localhost. Let me refresh this page. It might be on this. No, it's hidden somewhere else. Connected, yeah. Okay. Where is the actual URL? Because if I can't see that, then maybe. Oh, what is this? Is Pinocchio? Maybe this is it. It's white screen on my page here. I'll just minimize this down. I'll do it the way that I know works for sure. I'm just gonna run it through my VS Code because that will work. It's the most stable. So okay, webcam mode. And so that will run. That one opens up in localhost 7860. So it's still turning on. Okay, so now it's available. All right, refreshing. Okay, so it's in webcam mode. So there's actually a bunch of things that happen in the background here. So I want it to be as fast as possible. I want to do 3020 by 240. So I'm going to give it more. I'm going to give it more threads, and then I'm going to turn off a lot of things because this will definitely slow down my computer. Webcam FPS, it doesn't reach 25, so don't worry. Okay, so let's so for the sake of this, okay, I'm going to use George's source image, and I'm going to turn on my camera. So I'm going to hit start. I'm gonna do the stream and stuff later, and I can show you how to hook it up to Zoom or whatnot. But this is what it will look like. So I'm gonna hit start, and then I'm gonna check the code, see if it. Okay, because I got 1 frame a second, so it's very slow. That also might be due to Pinocchio is fighting for resources. So I'm gonna kill Pinocchio, and that we'll see if that increases my frame rate at all. It's processing. So my video is not liking that, but if you run it, you should be able to process. If you're connected to a 4000 series right now, you should be able to get a better output. Let me see if I have too many Chrome things open also. Chrome eats up memory like crazy. Because I was able to get 8 frames per second tops so far on super low quality stuff. Maybe I'll give it 32. Maybe you'll work this time. InSwapper is the model it's going to be using. And I'm going to cap this at 5 FPS. Maybe that'll do it. So InSwapper is the model, but because a lot of this stuff is already set up under the hood, you don't have to mess around with it, which is really helpful. Trust me, it's a complete pain. Okay. You know why it's not working? I know exactly why it's not working. My camera is being used by the meeting. So let me turn off the camera for Zoom. And so first I'm gonna turn off my camera. Then I'm gonna switch my camera to OBS, but you can still see my screen share. I'm gonna restart this browser. And then I'm gonna try it again using using this. I'm gonna move this around. Okay. Let's see. Where is the reference image? There's a lot. Close this, close that, and close this as well. Okay. So the reference image is George's screenshot from Zoom here. Should be able to just drag this in. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. I hit start. Let's see if it works. I should see some frames in VS Code. But and then Pinocchio, now that exists, it should make this a lot easier. I'm gonna fiddle around with it, probably check it out after this because I want to see the other projects as well. Especially AI sound. Oh, okay. Can you see this? Can everyone see this? Hello?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Alright, so I'm getting 5, 6, 8 frames a second right now because I closed Chrome. It kind of shows how bad Chrome is on resource management.
That is
But the mouth moves with it. I mean,
It's pretty good. Like it's not bad.
yeah. So
That
now
is
let me.
Amazing.
amazing. Yes.
I was going to do the class like this, but I couldn't because I had like a few other things. Like I'm holding up fingers. I'm holding up 2 fingers right now. You can hear the delay between my audio and video. So I've been holding up 2 fingers since I started talking about it, but you'll see now it shows up. So there's maybe 5, 6 seconds of delay, but with a good GPU, you can literally fix that, not an issue. Is it really only running with 4 threads? I don't believe it.
So with
Oh,
like
it
4090 or something, then that would be negligible, like delay. Like so.
All you really need is 15 FPS to pass like a live call, because no one can hate on you having bad internet or a bad webcam, but you need to have like some latency. You have 2 seconds of acceptable latency for video calls. After that, it's kind of ridiculous. And that's like tops. 2, 3, 3's pushing it. But yeah, okay, now this is how, let me show you how to integrate this into OBS and then into Zoom. So I'm going to pass this video into Zoom, but OBS takes resource. I'm going to turn off tail scale, go away, signal, go away. Okay, so you can see here, I try to pass it, but OBS did not like the video here. So I'm just gonna disconnect that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab, because it actually shoots out the feed into a UDP stream on port 27,000. This is the format. So on OBS, I know I'm moving fast, but we're in an experimental world here. You need to create a from media source, and then from media source, just uncheck local file. I added some more network buffering, and then this is the URL for it. This is the default, and this is the, excuse me, input format. That worked for me. I read it on a forum post, no idea why it works. I don't know too much about input codec formats and stuff like that for streams. That worked for me, and it worked for others as well. Everything else is default. and then I hit OK. So I'm going to enable this. So it's FF stream, base fusion stream. I just named it that. And so this is going to be passed into a virtual camera. I'm hitting start virtual camera here. And then in Zoom, I'm going to select the OBS virtual camera and I'm going to turn that on. And then I'm going to change this to UDP webcam mode instead of inline. And I'm going to pass it into Zoom. So you'll be able to see me really shortly here on Zoom as George's like fused clone here. Where is it? Why can't I see myself? Okay. So yeah, so you can see me in Zoom, right? And I have the virtual background and everything. Like it looks fine. It just has that again. It's
You've been
laggy.
stretched.
What was that?
You've been stretched.
I can fix that. That's an OBS thing. I just did it to OBS is no. OBS lets you open on multiple instances. It's kind of crazy to me. My computer is very slow now because I've got OBS running and streaming. I lost the window actually.
Oh,
Where's the
can
window?
I ask you what kind of video card you're running right now?
I'm running a laptop 2080.
Whoa, that's pretty low to what you're doing. That's impressive that it's actually all still functioning.
The only reason why I'm not offloading it to a cloud is because you need the webcam on the device, or else I'd use my AI server. I would use my AI server 100%, but I'm not there to do it. Okay, so why it looks stretched? No worries. And transform to unlock, transform to fit the screen. Okay, so there we go. I'm no longer transformed. So you can see that it should fix that. You'll see the changes reflected in Zoom later. About 5-6 seconds. So yeah, there is the webcam mode. What other modes were there?
It
I'm
looks
using-
great. I mean, it looks believable. It's just amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, and with the faster frame rate, like that's it. And then using a voice modulator, using voice.ai, you can modulate the voice in real time. It's game over. It's game over for humanity. Social engineering is it's over. Yeah, this is real time voice changer. It's free. It's free. It's pretty much free. I'll put the link here. But you do have to install this locally. Basically, my limits for these things, I can't have you guys download anything because it might break someone's computer. But now that's over. You can download all the crazy stuff. But I do want to test out Pinocchio, but I will voice AI. Let me see if I can get this working. Honestly, let me see how ridiculous this course can, or this tech stack can get on my poor laptop that's running way too many things. So voice. I don't have a model for George on voice AI. I can train one though, but it takes too long and I didn't prep it. But I can we can go through the voice library and choose popular voices. My voice is also on voice AI. It's not the best, but for real time, it's not horrible. I really wonder how it's going to operate though, considering my computer load is overtaxed right now. Because I've got, let me see. I'm probably using every aspect of my computer possibly. I got my CPU, memory, and then I've got the GPU as well. Even task managers, grinding just slow. Okay, this one's not using too much GPU. Oh, never mind. It's 81%. I was kidding. Okay, so my computer's not capped enough where this call will crash, which is good. So I'll close this. I'm gonna close out base fusion. I don't think there's only there's only a few modes I even saw in it. Wait, is my stream still running? I think I'm frozen now.
No, you stopped.
But so let me see. So it looks like I have to keep that thing live if that's the case. So I'll move that there. This is gonna download. And then I think if I go online, voice AI. I can see a few more things. And you know what? I want to showcase this for those of you that were with my last session. There's a new tool that came out, makes it super easy to do local uncensored LLMs. It's LM Studio. This is what it looks like, and it is mind blowing. So I was talking about Pygmalion before. I know I'm kind of jumping uh, context here while the thing is like loading, but Pygmalion, you just type go. Now we were talking about all the different versions. It literally says this is probably the version you want to use. It says legacy, medium loss. This says should work, not recommended. This one is legacy. What is recommended? 4? Recommended. So it says so I downloaded it, and then so you can look up different versions, or you want to do the Python version, you just type Python, and then we'll literally find the model for you, and it tells you it's awesome. It tells you it tells you what does it say? It guesses on compatibility, and then because it's using the newer models, it doesn't use GPU RAM, it uses like your computer RAM. So it says like you should be able to run this. You just need like 1 gig of RAM per billion parameters, which is pretty cool. Where did it say that before? It says it somewhere, like you hover over it and it tells you, which is pretty nifty. But like, for example, here's Code Llama, Python, and then it uses the latest GGUF. It does all the backend stuff for you. You don't have to worry about the multiple versions of Llama, C++, whatever. Don't worry about that. Then you go into the chat interface, looks like ChatGPT, and then so we've got uncensored. These are both uncensored actually. This is a 7B, this one's a different one. So then here I can talk with it. This one was what was it? I was asking it some uncensored questions. I was in Warsaw, it was cold, so I'm like, how do I stop the world with cold weather? Said it would be impossible. What about using nukes or lasers? And they just said, yeah, it's probably not gonna work. I said, so I thought that was kind of funny. Reload the model. So I'm gonna can I really push it? My computer might explode at this point, honestly. It's doing some ridiculous stuff. The room I was in got so hot because I was running these things live, and I had to open up the door. It was actually kind of crazy. Okay. So this server does need to be active. I'm gonna basically continue off this thing, but it's cool because it saves your sessions. It looks and feels similar to ChatGPT, but using uncensored models, really easy to use. Let me send you the link for that. You can also set up an API server with a one-click, literally start server. Super cool. And the models are here. You can manage them. I don't even like. I'm just so amazed that LM Studio. I was doing pain and suffering to get text-to-text models to work. LM Studio is the best it's got for Mac, Windows, and Linux. I think Linux is still in beta though. Let me go back there. But I'm putting the link here in Zoom. Yeah, this is in beta, but it works for all the Mac types and Windows. You should be good to go. Super user friendly, really powerful, low barrier of entry on having to set up a Python environment. That's like the #1 barrier of entry to all these AI projects is setting up the Python environment. But since we have one clicks, should be super straightforward. So no, do not want to do that. Now, talking about real-time voice spoofing, this has honestly been around since like the Xbox Live and PlayStation or whatever network days, where they were able to do it that way, but it was more of like voice modulation. It wasn't voice cloning. And so now with these new AI technologies, we have voice cloning available to us. Let me make that thing back again. Give it more threads. Actually, it was really fast with 4 threads. I was actually really surprised about that. So let's see if maybe more threads doesn't equate to faster or more frames. Okay, well, my video is working again. So I'm just gonna keep this minimized. I have a voice AI account. So voice AI, I'm gonna copy the sign in here. Oh, maybe it already has my info saved. Uh-huh. All right. So actually you can even do some mining on voice AI. You can volunteer your GPU to do voice processing and they'll give you credits. I literally turned on this thing for a long time and I have 200,000 credits now, but to get, I'll tell you what one credit costs, for an example. So one voice costs, let's say, oh, did I buy these already? Okay. Let's say I want to use the voice of Mr. Beast. That will cost 4,600 credits. So I can conceivably use any voice I'd like at this point. So what's a good voice? Let me see. I saw Rick somewhere here, but that takes some time to train. Let's see. Markiplier. Let's see how that sounds. I've already trained it.
This is a standardized audio sample.
Okay, that one doesn't sound too bad. Arnold Schwarzenegger?
This is a standardized.
No, this doesn't sound like him at all. My voices. Let's go. My voices and train voices. What do we have? Okay, let's see. Morgan Freeman.
This is the voice of.
Perfect. You'll know for sure if I sound like Morgan Freeman and this works. Okay. So that's my headset. Whatever, it's fine. Okay. And we're gonna do live mode. Okay. All right. And all right. So I don't even know if you can hear me. I don't know if it works. Let me turn it on. Testing 1, 2, 3. How does this sound?
Still sounds like you.
Still
don't
sounds
know.
like me? Okay. Okay. Performance issues. Okay. Let me change the microphone in Zoom. There's a lot of configurations to move around with this. Okay.
Test now.
Oh my
Is this
god!
Wait. Kennedy. Hold on. Friend send me to correct down.
So now will you read me the ingredients from the Betty Crocker cookbook?
And some pieces to be normal. Uh, Page, England, maybe. Well, okay. How it a little. Him, all staff. This shade.
Oops. I think you have to turn off some noise canceling or something on Zoom. Something's clipping it a little bit. but it's so fun.
Yeah, you kind of
Um,
look like we're gonna loop it.
No worries. Well, if you want to use, so this is a link for voice AI. Oh, this will give you some credits as well to train some voices. But honestly, you just need a few voices and
Now we can't hear you at all. Anyone else here? I think it's totally silent.
No, we cannot hear
I was doing a
Yeah.
loop. I was doing a loop back, so I can increase the quality of it. And obviously I would use a better mic and all that stuff. Like I'm not in the ideal situation at all to be. Let me turn off this Morgan Freeman video. I'm not in the ideal situation at all to be doing this, but it works with the bare bones like sticks rubbed together tech I've got right now. So I'm gonna turn off the space server. I'm gonna be normal. Put my computer back to normal. So okay, you can basically check it out. We've got voice AI is really good for it does real time and processed. But the best process one available is 11 Labs. But this one's the only one that is really easy to do real time with. And so yeah, if you have fiber, it should be really good. And then you can easily swap over video. Let me send this let me put this in the chat. This is Morgan
Please put
Freeman.
your real face. It's so creepy see you like that.
Yeah, oh let me fix that. I realize that it's using the wrong camera. No. Okay. So let me go to OBS. We gotta stop the video, turn it back on. And I should be normal or it's
I mean,
it's kind of
Look at that
fixing it.
photo.
yeah, like you said, dude, he did that in front of a.
What was that?
He said something about that was Benjamin, but he said something about two sticks rubbed together with your technology.
I said it was great.
It was great. It's just impressive that you're able to pull the technology through. It's amazing.
Yeah, so if I was not in like a hotel style room with a faster, I think I'm running off of like 15 megabits a second or something too. But no, if I was in my normal place with my gigabits and with a normal mic and there's even there's a new kind of way to get a GPU. You can bring it with you now. Let me show you. It's like a Raspberry Pi, but with it's a Raspberry Pi that has a PCIe slot. Let me find it. This is the new way to do AI in a box. Where is it?
I've seen this.
Zima board.
External GPUs. Like I saw them.
So this is when you guys see this is gonna be crazy. This is Raspberry Pi on steroids. It's called the Zima board. So it's the Zima board. There's your PCIe slot right there. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Why though? Obviously you can do the normal things that a Raspberry Pi does, but it's got a PCIe Express built onto it. And it's pretty beefy. It was one of the Kickstarter big projects. It's basically everything you can do with a Raspberry Pi, but now they built a PCIe into it. So now what people are doing is they have an expanded card, and this is what they're doing with it right there. They are literally, I'm gonna put this screenshot here, but they're literally sticking on a GPU to it, and this is all you need to do AI projects. That's it. Now, obviously a 4080, but you can put on your carry-on now. Like you can now put a 4080 on your carry-on with a Zima board and like go do stuff. So you can game, like you can bring your PC with you. It's actually portable and disassemblable. Now, how do I feel about that? I honestly created my my PC rig to be portable in that way, but not everyone will want to bring it. I have everything of mine is all portable. I've got portable mic, got portable uh Freeman.
And
I've got
have the
portable
all
everything, so it makes it a lot
functions,
easier.
like the have the same functions like the Blueberry.
Yes, it's just like a Raspberry Pi. It's got processing and everything, but the cool part is it has the PCIe built in, which is not the case for Raspberry Pi. You have to do some extenders and stuff like that. So, let me see. The last thing, and if you have any questions, pop them up, but I want to try Pinocchio here to kind of get this working. Okay, is my zoom is it my zoom and everything normal now? Oh, it's just black. Okay, hold on. Let me fix that. This is what happens when you move around with too many drivers and stuff like that. It starts getting really janky with there we go. Okay. All right, so normal. My voice is normal. I'm not Morgan Freeman or anything like that. That's great. So one of the projects that so let's go discover one of the other cool projects out there is this one. Clone voices locally. So okay, I just clicked on it and then I clicked download. Like I clicked two buttons, and it's basically gonna go through all the steps. Okay, so it already installed. All right, this is a really fast project to install. Okay, so it's starting. I'm not gonna click away, cause it problems. It's using Vem, virtual environment for Python, to create the Vem inside of here's the path. So it's doing all the Python stuff in the back end, but you kind of get to see everything. It's just that I think Pinocchio is still a little new, so I'm not going to click away. But if it's running a shell right now, okay, it created the Vem, it's activating it. It's running npx for Torch. It might have to install Torch. The one thing that you just need a good hard drive, because if all these AI models will use a AI Python library called Torch, it's going to install it over and over and over again in every virtual environment. But you rather prefer that, because if not, it's just going to break. Some of them will use a different version of Torch. Some of them will use older versions or newer versions, depending on when the projects were created. So here it's collecting Torch. This might take some time. I'm gonna go grab something to drink real quick, but this should be downloading, and then I think Turbo should be downloaded as well. I'll open that in a new window. So I'll be right back. All right. It looks like it's collecting Torch. So if I open a new window here, um, let me see if I got SDXL Turbo and I can just start it. Because if I can open up multiple projects at the same time, that would be fantastic. And this has less steps too. It's creating, it's activating a environment. And this is actually a really good way to learn how Python projects operate, is either using things like Colab, where it's already pre-configured and kind of reverse engineering each command. Or in this scenario, this is like the next level, which is it's creating the entire environment from scratch on your system, but in virtualized containers, which is also really, really helpful to learn how these things are done. And then obviously the full automated version, just run a Docker and then load it up. But that one isn't going to be the exact same. So this one, so we got two projects running. Let's see if I can really push the boundaries of it. I've got the Stable Diffusion Turbo, or SD, Stable Diffusion XL, Stable Diffusion Extra Large. It's just for larger, higher quality photos. I think it goes up to like 4,000 pixels or something. Turbo, meaning it can do it in real time. So this is standard SDXL Turbo. got XDXL turbo on the right, and we've got basically Kokui XTTS text to speech on the left side. So you can even see the Python libraries that are being used. We've got different things. We've got math, URL lib, typing, what else? Jinja, Torch Vision, Jinja 2, Jinja's for Flask, which is a web app. So like Python is super heavy in AI. Everything from okay, we're seeing some errors. That's not good on the right. It's probably because I closed the window earlier, but oh, okay. So this, okay, so it runs the project after it's ready. So this project died. So I'm gonna have to uninstall it and reinstall it again because I killed it while it was disconnected. Fine, that's understandable. So I can basically click this and click settings and try to kill it. Oh, these are all the files for it. Honestly, if the automated things aren't working, I'd also just kind of like run it from scratch. You can read the README and stuff like that. If you had access to the normal system, this is kind of a, I guess it didn't download properly is what happened there. But this is the location of it here in the files. It's pretty nifty. Pinocchio, here's the API. We got the Git here, and we got all the SDXL. We got all the files right here. So if we look at the README, it should be normal. Oh, of course, it's empty. It's empty. It doesn't have anything in there. So yeah, probably I could probably just delete that and then do it again. That says it's running. I think that it is kind of broken. And then we've got I have high hopes for text to speech here. Let me see if I can launch and maybe close it gracefully. No such file directory stat input event 0. Okay. Yeah, so that's something to troubleshoot. And obviously Pinocchio is still kind of new for its UI, so there's going to be a few bugs here. I think there was actually a version of it that, let me see, that was designed specifically for Pinocchio scripts. How do I stop this? Do Control C on this thing? Well, I see a start button. Oh, I stop. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's a workaround, the UI workaround. This one is still downloading. And then let me see. I think that Face Fusion did work. I'm gonna try normal mode. I think it installed everything already, and it did do something. So it's already on step 5. That's good. No module name Onyx runtime, so it should import that if it's gonna go through everything correctly. This is why I don't really fully trust the completely automated runtimes, but they are useful. And actually, I think that they even had versions of the Pinocchio. I saw it in the Discovery store. So these are the normal scripts from the repo, but then if you go to the bottom, these are Pinocchio specific versions that are like designed for Pinocchio. I would trust these ones over the normal ones because invoke AI. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. I like this project a lot. This one's really cool. Text generation, audio craft. This one creates audio Roop. Another one for face swapping. Line flow, OpenAI. Okay. Audio Gradio, audio web UI, and Volley. I don't know what Volley is. Oh, video, maybe video creation here. So I'm going to autonomous agents. Oh, this one's pretty cool. Super AGI autonomous agents. We ran this last time. We ran this going through the project and kind of fighting with it a little bit. So let's click on this one. This one is a Pinocchio specific Pinocchio specific repo. So that means it probably should break less. So let's see. Okay, we've got this, download Pinocchio, install this, install, okay, and then it says search bar, put this in there, open the repository. Oh yeah, this is the whole process. I like the single click instead of having to go through all of this. So this one's not a true one click. That one's a pain. So no, don't want to do that. Yeah, that's not a one click. So nope. My hope is in this speech to text or text to speech here. So it's nice, but at least I can go in and like clean out the files. So Super AGI, I don't like it. Delete. I wonder, does it reflect here? It does. It does reflect that in real time, which is nifty. But yeah, this is what Colab does. But because Colab is hooked up to Google, it has like instant fast internet and a supercomputer behind it. That's great. But because this is running a local system, it's slower. But you only have to do it one time. While on Google Colab, you have to do it every single time. But arguably, it's more consistent because it's a clean environment every single time. But sometimes if you have a GPU and you don't want to pay for cloud credits, then you can do it that way. That's kind of the way I go about it. So this one, yeah, this one will just download in the meantime. Now I'm going to run through the projects here. If anyone has any questions, I'm just going to kind of go through each one, kind of give my comments on it, and kind of go from there. But I know, for example, I know someone mentioned the animation thing earlier. That was via Deform. So Deform can be accessed. So let me see. I'm not going to try to install it locally, but like for example, Deform is in Stable Diffusion. I'll open that up in a Google Colab in a moment. We've got, what is this? SDXL, Turbo, diffusers. So these are the real-time ones. For video, I don't know what a mirror is. That's interesting. This one is the Stable Diffusion, the core. These are for audio. Separate anything you describe. That's interesting. Audio separator. Some of these, the top projects are the ones that I've shown you. Illusion diffusion. That one sounds cool. Another project to check out. Dream Booth. So yeah, this is like how you find projects too. You see a name like Dream Booth Web UI. So that I'm curious because maybe that will look a little different for what I'm used to. Because I'm using 11.11. That's the web UI that I'm using. That's very popular. Where is Dream Booth UI? Nope. Stable Diffusion. Because anything that comes from the image generation is where it starts in the different camp. Like there's text generation for communicating with it, but then there's image generation and then there's the mixture of both. So what does it look like though? Oh, it's an extension. It's a plugin. Okay, Web UI Dream Booth. I am a little concerned. What does it look like? Because I can set it up. I just don't want to break. Okay. All right, let's try it. So Deform. So Deform is a plugin. here. So once you get Stable Diffusion, so Stable Diffusion, by the way, is this one right here, the standard. It is the photo of Ho Chi Minh. I don't know why, but Ho Chi Minh automatic 11. This is the one that you want to run to be able to get this. There's a little bit more involved, like you have to get some models and stuff like that. But let's go to the extensions. We're gonna look for deform available. Oh, actually, maybe there's a Google collab for deform. That I want to change this server as a last resort. Okay, there looks like there is. So, okay, does it create a UI though? Oh no, we don't want to use this one. It does do it, but the web UI extension, this notebook severe less maintenance and most devs, the web UI extension. Yeah, okay. So let's try 1111 and then deform collab. So 1111 is going to be this famous interface. So anything 1111 will be people will know what you're talking about. Google will know what you're talking about. And let me see if no, we already clicked on that one. Okay, so then I'm just gonna do Google Colab. So 1111 Colab. I'm gonna look for the special file, the IMPY NB file. Full 1111. Okay, let's try it here. Otherwise, yeah, I'll just load it from here. I already have a running version. I'm just deform. Where are you? Control F deform video. Oh, maybe I already have it installed. Let me look for it. Newest first by stars. Deform. Sad talker. Talking heads. Facial images. Speech audio. There's here it is. The official port of Deform for 2D and 3D animations supporting keyframe sequences, math and stuff like that, warping. So I want to install this here. Fingers crossed it doesn't break my system. Oh, that's cool. Here's a collab version. So I'll install it. I will hold off on enabling it until okay. Fingers crossed. All right, I'm gonna try it. I don't want to do all this stuff, honestly. That's a headache to me. Okay. Open paint civet. All right, fingers crossed. All right. Hopefully it doesn't completely break the instance. We're gonna see. I'll just undo it if it does. But I like to sort by stars because those are the most stable plugins. People don't like to install plugins that break their system. I definitely don't. So it's a pain. So where is this on the it's still installing lots of dependencies. And that's why it's in a container or an environment and not my actual system. That would be a pain. These are a lot easier to run on Linux though than Windows, but that is just the state of everything. One click control lower for Comfy. LLM, Web UI, and API. LM Studio is gonna be way better than a lot of the other things that I've found. All right, don't break. Okay, so now that I've installed it, here I've got the deform tab. Pika's for videos, yes. Which one is good for creating text? LM Studio, or use ChatGPT or anything online, um, or you can use. No way, did it re-download it? Or you can use this one if you want to run it locally, which is text generation. This one right here, Ooga Booga. This one's really good for base stuff. This one is very good right here. I'll send a no, I'm not going to use. I'm going to use. Excuse me. Ooga Booga text gen. Though Ooga Booga's text generation UI is not even close to 11.11. 11.11 is like 11.11 is like the proper workshop. This is not even close. It's still good though. It's still good. It's just not the same. A lot more bugs on that one. So if you can one click it with Pinocchio, definitely do that. So deform. Let's try to do a deform here. I like to leave these default until I have a reason to change it, or a form post tells me to do it. No, not batch mode. 2D, max frames, sure. I'm just gonna leave a lot of this stuff the same. Prompt. What is this? Okay, so this is how it works for multi-frame deform. 11.11 is the UI. This is the UI of 11.11. It's just the name of the user interface.
Okay,
All
so
right, so
the UI. Thank you.
yes. It's a very famous UI for image generation in AI, and now with video generation coming out. It does have some features there, but people need like crazy GPUs to do it, so the open source community hasn't really been able to play around with that too much. And we've just been taking Pika and a few other projects to use it there. But this is like one, we'll see if my GPU even can handle it. So in the first frame, it will have a tiny bunny with the vibrant diffraction, highly detailed, intricate, blah blah blah. 30 frames in, it will become a cat with fractals. Sounds like an acid trip or something like this. And then it will become a beautiful coconut. And then it will become a durian fruit at 90 frames. I'm super curious on what it's going to do. And it's saying do not make it NSFW or nude. That's just normal. Because this is an uncensored model, we have to tell it that. Initial, okay. Control mat. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about that. Let's try to get this to 30 FPS at least. No music, but you can add music here. Let's see, upscale model if you would like. Yeah, let's just run. I like running things at least at 30 FPS, but we can go from there. Ideally 60 or 120. So don't break. All right, fingers crossed. We only have about 100 frames, 90 frames actually. Maybe 120 frames max to generate of deform. So we'll see. So it's generating frame by frame. So you can see here, it's doing the bunny. Now, obviously, the internet has just been using this for anime dancing girls. That's just been what they've been using it for. But you can use it for other things as well. I'm going to use the default prompt here because I think that a bunny turning into a cat, turning into coconut, turning into a durian fruit is probably the most interesting thing will have seen today. So let's see. to oh, it's just rendering. There's the cat in the frame. All right. And then here's the coconut that the cat turns into a coconut. That's very important because that makes sense. And because it's not just creating the images separately, it is designed. Here we go. It's turning into durian fruit. That looks very scary. I would not eat that fruit. Okay. So it is complete. So let me try this out. We're gonna show the video. 3 seconds, 90 frames. Okay, not bad. Not bad. It's kind of smooth. Not too horrible. I want to test one thing before. If it breaks my other app, then I will have to undo it. If not, I'll leave it up. I have this thing here. Let's go example.com. For text images. Okay. And for text images, text to image, is that what you meant, Anita? For example, something better than ideogram.
I'm sorry. Yes, I was on mute. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, use Bing. I've never used ideogram. I just use Bing because yeah, because Microsoft owns like half of OpenAI and all the models now because they basically have done that deal.
Do you think it's better that ideogram?
I'll tell you, the entire internet is using OpenAI or DALL-E. So this is just a wrapper using the API for OpenAI's model. So just go straight to the source. Let me see what they've got here on Ideogram. And if you want me to test any AI tools too that you've seen or heard about, throw it up in the chat, and I'll literally live review it right now because I have played with most of them, not all of them. Most of the top ones. Wait, let me see if this one works real quick. Example.color. Let's do rhino eating pasta. Okay, if this should still work. If it doesn't work, I will then have to turn this off. And then I can download this video and I'll put it in the Zoom chat if you guys want to see what this strange video output turned out to be. Yes, there's the rabbit cat coconut durian combo. Okay, this is still processing. Okay, so ideogram AI. Let's see. Helping people be more creative. Let's see if this works. This definitely needs some changing. Okay, so they're using what, Firebase? Okay. Can't fix slow, but fine. Okay. Well, that does take some time. I don't actually have the. Oh, that would make sense. I don't have that model selected. Okay. Rhino eating pasta.
What was the second one that you mentioned that people use more?
for
Text image.
the one I recommend is LM Studio. Oh,
Okay.
okay. Waiting to start. So you got to wait 10 seconds here, generating. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Random eating pasta. Oh, so this is how I can test if it's using DALL-E 3. Because like they all kind of are the same. Okay. QR code using this example.com. Rhino eating pasta. So let's see. Okay, yeah, so it's using DALL-E. This is the same thing as Bing, except they charge. Honestly, you're fine. 100 images a day. It's fine. Yeah, just use Bing. If you run out of Bing, then I mean I'll save this nifty so I can use it as a backup. But yeah, it's basically the same thing. But yeah, they all come from this is the doll E3. They all come from here. This is the source of everything on image generation. At least that a lot of them are running it through if they can do text. Again.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and I'll put a link to
Okay, thank you.
DALL-E 3. This is the source. This is the source of it. No, I don't wanna use ChatGPT actually. So there's actually other things to do in an API aside from ChatGPT. You can go to the playground and check out the other things that they have. You can try other models. Where is all products? DALL-E. Ah, yes. DALL-E 2 isn't even available like normally. This is DALL-E 2. So DALL-E 3 is only available through Microsoft. So yeah, Bing is better. Bing is better because they integrate with DALL-E 3. This one's the best one because they could do really clean text like that. That's
Oh,
the
that one
main.
is good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is the one that did the Merry Christmas bit. Okay, this is not a good sign. So yeah, that's deform in a nutshell. I'm undoing what I did because I do not want to break. Okay. All right, so I mean, that's what I've got for image generation, project initialization. Oh, actually. Okay. Install success, go back to the dashboard and launch. Yeah. Okay. I can do that. Ooh, is it time? Is it time to finally reap the rewards of this new app? I haven't run this app on this computer before. I've run it on a different thing. It seems interesting. So I'll know for sure if Pinocchio is stable. If not, literally just wait like a month and do other things and then Pinocchio will be stable by then. Or there'll be something else that will be competing for its ability to do that stuff. Okay, this should be back to normal. This goes here. Playground. No, close that. Okay, I want a QR code, example.com, pasta. Deform is Do I have natural sim? No, pure evolution 5 is what was selected, so I'm gonna do the same. This system is so finicky sometimes. All right. This is running the app, but at this point, I might just open this up in my own VS Code. Yes. Can I type yes? So I don't like that. I can't interact with it. I don't know if they thought this through when they made it. Why? Yes. Report bug. That's already a pain. Come on. Should be able to type Y. Okay, this is in okay, renovating pizza, that's fine. Then go back here, turn on QR code epic realism. This example.com. Refresh this page. So it looks like for some of them, you can't really do much if they ask for like, yes, no terms and conditions and stuff like that. It's just unfortunate that it bugs out there. Give me a QR. Give me this example.com. Renovating pasta. Generating a QR code. All right, so that's my verdict on Pinocchio is that it works probably for some things. Like it worked for one of the face fusion models, but it is not gonna be great on all of these ones that require some kind of input. Like I probably, because it's already installed now, actually I probably can just go to my I can probably go to this exact directory and then run it locally. That might even be a better option. So I'm gonna open this up, see, because if everything's already installed, all the prerequisites are installed, then might as well. I just have to copy these commands exactly, which is not a problem. So I'll just open this up in code. So if anything, if it's an installer and an environment setup, then I can appreciate that. What is it doing now? It's installing a model. Downloading model 2. Okay, you know, maybe it will be redeemed. Maybe I just need to rerun it. Ideally, what and what they're working on building is an AI project browser where you can just click launch, go and start and stuff like that, and you can just go to each one. That would be the best thing ever. But obviously, there's still some bugs here and there, many bugs. But this is downloading the model. And while I have that open, I'll check this out too. And so, yeah, Python is very helpful to know for a lot of these projects. Actually, even if I run it here in VS Code, I'm still gonna have to download this model anyways. So I'm very curious to see if that's gonna work. So I'll just let it download. Too many active changes. Yeah, it's fine. I want Pinocchio to work. I really do. I really do.
I got Pinocchio working. It's pretty
Yo,
cool.
you got it working. Oh, fantastic. You wanna share your screen on that? I'm just downloading a model here.
Stuff right now. It's
Okay.
Space Fusion at the moment. We can share if you want to see it.
Yeah, sure. I'm curious to see it. Do you actually you have a better GPU, yeah?
I'm not on that big computer right now.
You're on a laptop?
I'm on a laptop. It's fast, but it's just one of the higher end like i9s from early 2020 before they flipped to the ARM chip. So it's one of those
All right.
MacBooks
Okay,
Pros.
so you got Face Fusion running. Okay, so it's downloading the CUDA drivers, meaning CUDA meaning NVIDIA compatible GPU drivers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an NVIDIA GPU inside of here.
You
But
can check if you type system info on your main computer, like in your search bar, system info, information, and then hit enter. And then it would be under hardware resources or components. I forgot which one. And it's under video. You're not going to find it here.
I have to find it.
It's under components. Video, which is going to be under display, I believe. And then we'll see here your, where is it? Parallel. Open up multimedia, expand that. It might be under multimedia. Video codecs. It was there for mine. Let me see. System information, components, display. Yeah, it's for me, it's under multimedia. No, it's under components display, and it's under the name, the type of graphics. So let me look at yours again. Display. You might not have a GPU
Because of
on
this
here.
VM.
You're on a VM?
Yeah, this is a VM.
Oh yeah, no, for sure won't work. Wait, you're trying to, yeah, it's not gonna work at
I
all
get a
because
CUDA core off my VM from to my main machine, but this is not going to work. Okay.
let's just say that you will need to assign your GPU to your VM if you're using a VM so that it can recognize it, and there's a lot of problems with that. Thus, I dedicated a full-on gaming computer to this whole process. So it's like I don't want issues. I want the stuff to run. And I containerize everything, and it's running Linux, so I don't have to worry too much about honestly execute. They're not actually, a lot of stuff isn't even executable. So you're just straight up downloading Python libraries, so there's like no virus concerns. And you can see every library that it's doing.
It makes sense to use a CPU to run this just because I'm doing it inside of a virtual machine.
You can do CPU mode, then you don't need to you can this is the CUDA version. Good night, Anita. And anyone else heading out, feel free. I'm just gonna go slow mode and doing the expanse testing stuff here. You can stop this install and do it again because now it's just doing CUDA, and you're gonna be able to use CUDA. Do it for CPU, so you can go back, and it said if you go back to home or back, you should be able to. I'd hit the home button because you can then you can install. Oh, you saw in the beginning where it says install for the 3 options. So you're gonna have to delete this Face Fusion. The project is really click on the C users Shinobi. No, click on the Face Fusion project, and click on the location of the project files up on the top under the right there. Click that, it will open up a go up one parent directory, and then delete delete that.
Like this or this. This whole git. Just delete it. Okay.
Delete that. We can delete that. Close Space Fusion, Pinocchio, and then just close it. Delete that. You just hit the delete key, or that works. That should delete it. What is, oh, it's Pinocchio is still open. No, I just close Pinocchio because it's still tethering the resource. Hit try again. Okay, cool. Click Control R to refresh. It's already deleted. Yeah, it's a ghost. Oh, and then Pinocchio again. So this is a VM though, correct?
Yeah, we're in a VM right now.
Okay, cool. So Pinocchio.
It was really easy to install on Windows. I just found an exe, installed it.
Yeah, yeah. It's designed to be really really easy to do, one click. Everything is kind of taken care of for you. That's the design of it.
It seems to be. Oh wait, it's doing something.
Has anyone else given Pinocchio or anything out of the projects a shot? Cool. So discover page. Then we've got face fusion.
What do you think is worth trying?
I personally like the one that I think is really good to try because face fusion's good because it's usable. XTTS is really good to try. I'm downloading it still. And then the SDXL Turbo, I really want to try because yeah, I don't have to wait for the images to render. It will just kind of do like a 10 out of 100 quality version, but it will still be good to work off of. That one's pretty good.
All right.
That one probably needs a GPU though, so it won't work. I wouldn't download it. I would just download Face Fusion CPU just so you can test it.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely need a GPU to unlock a lot of usability. Ah, it's finally. It's okay. I'm gonna share here.
Yeah,
My thing worked. It's finally doing its thing. Okay. So here it is. Pretty nifty. We've got Kokui TTS. I'm so excited to try this. It worked straight out of Pinocchio. This is what it looks like when it's running. So it's running like right here. 6 out of 6. Great. So, oh, okay. Fresh project. I'm excited. Voice generation model that lets you clone voices in different languages using 3-second audio clips. Built on Tortoise. That's another project. It's a whole headache to set up. Okay, cross-language voice cloning, multilingual speech. Okay, someone wants to shoot a 3-second audio into chat. That would be cool. I can do that. Duplicate space. How do you know? Duplicate the space, upgrade a GPU settings. Reference audio.
The Hispaniola was rolling scuppers under in the ocean swell. The booms were tearing its blocks. The rudder was banging to and fro, and the whole ship creaking, groaning and jumping like a manufactured.
Okay, I have George's voice, so let me grab. We all know what George sounds like, so we're just going to use his voice. Oh, his haiku. Yes, yes.
You are the sun that shines brightly throughout my day. You are the gravity that holds me down in every way. You are the moon that shimmers throughout my night. You are stars that glimmer oh so bright.
Oh my God, it even rhymes too. Okay. All right. Okay, and then we want him to say something else. So there was another poem that was up in the chat that came after, which was ta, 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 ta. Okay, passwords are like secrets often shared by those we trust. Oops, forgot my own. Okay. I'm just gonna reformat it. So we're cloning a voice clone. I know it's a little wild, but we're cloning a voice clone here. If someone wants to throw me some audio for, I don't know, a celebrity or something like that, that'd be ideal. But oh, and he speaks wait. I'm okay, I'm curious. I don't know what it's gonna do. Let's first try this in English. Ah, I see. Okay. Okay, agree. Waveform visual, that's fancy. Okay, hit submit. Let's see what happens in Pinocchio. I'm curious to see what it's doing. Okay, so text split into sentences. Passwords like secrets, often shared in. Okay, so it's delimiting it by period. Okay, that's cool. And then what's next? Nothing. So it's processing. Okay, so it's doing some conversions using FFmpeg. I'm just going to the deep nitty gritty of what's happening in Python here. You just hit click and it works. Great. But this is good because if you know the deep technologies, then you can know what other projects will use the same build and have a better UI or a better process. It creates a waveform image. There we go. Here's the waveform image. Let's hear how it sounds.
Passwords like secrets, often shared with those we trust. Oops, forgot my own.
Sounds like a robot. It sounds kind of terrible.
Passwords like secrets.
Not as good as 11 Labs for sure, but this is free, local, and stuff like that. It's pretty nifty. So cool. Like that's all I want to do. I want to check out this project locally. Okay, maybe that's overkill, but yeah, I ran the program locally. Now, this one I want to run turbo really badly because I've seen so many clips of this that I want to run it. And some things are in Colab. If you want to just check out something like for half a second and see if it's good or not, use Colab. If you want to run it and do a little bit more, or it's censored, then do it on a local system. Like for example, I want to run Stable Diffusion XL Turbo Colab, but I don't want to spend like an hour troubleshooting stuff. So maybe there's a Colab notebook for it. This is the first thing I'm going to check because I don't want to spend too much time doing that. And I'm looking for this. I'm looking for opening Colab right there. So I will send you the link of this here in Zoom. I'm going to copy it. I think this is good. So save a copy in my drive. And I think that this is I think this is gonna SDXL Turbo. Okay, so pip install, we'll do the basics. This is still connecting to a GPU. About a free GPU, like can't really complain. Not a bad deal there. This is downloading right. This is downloading Torch. That's like 5 gigs. I don't know what that's sit. But once that works, I can run it locally, which I'm really excited for. Now, Google again, Google Google Colab, look at this. 24 megabytes a second. That's really fast. 65 megabytes a second. So when it needs to download Torch, fast, like a minute. For me, locally, still downloading as we speak. It's gonna be downloading for a while. But I'm not playing. I mean, I'm getting 1.8 1 megabyte, 2 megabytes a second, maybe 3. Slow. Look at this. Super fast. It's literally okay, 5 gigs right here. This is doing PyTorch, the same project, right? This is gonna take like a few minutes. Honestly, even it looks like it's gonna take about 3, maybe 4 minutes to download all that. That's pretty good. And then Photo Pikachu Fine Dining. That's pretty nifty. But it can do it fast, which is pretty cool. So Stable Diffusion. So XD, XL. But I want a UI actually, which I don't think I'm gonna get with this. But because it's so fast to test, it takes like 5 minutes, literally, to do. I can test like 5, 6 different collabs to see if it's the one I want. And then if I like that project, I can just download that specific GitHub project directly and run it locally in a container. So that's the benefit with UI. For business social media videos, I use what's it called? I use Opus Clips. So I use it for my podcasts and my streams. It does the auto editing, auto captioning, everything creates like I'll show you an example. But the internet's like saturated with this stuff now, so I only do it for like gaming clips because that's acceptable. Everything else no one cares about. Like conversions are low. I just say it that way. Oh, I don't want to set up Comfy UI. Let me see. I saw a screenshot here. I'm literally looking at horrible renditions of the video, and I already know what they're looking at here. Okay, so I use this. It is a paid tool. It's not horrible. What is this? 18 files. That's 2 minutes. Where's the time? Yeah, the collab's gonna be done first. So let's look at the business video tool here. Okay. No. One. Real time. Oh, this is the model. No, let me see. Consistently diffusers as the one of these is the actual kit I'm looking for. Diffusers SDXL Turbo. Maybe it's this one. Okay, okay, so for example, I made a video where I was what happened? Expired? Okay. Well, I guess okay. I was doing a video on the Flipper Zero, and then I threw in the whole video, and then it made like little clips like this. Automatic AI editing, AI captioning. It was able to generate 4 clips from it, and then I just spread that over a posting schedule and put it on TikTok and stuff like that. That helps with
Yeah,
that process.
I watched some of your Twitch videos and then they disappeared, like they vanished off of Twitch.
Well, that's just because Twitch only saves 30 days of clips.
Oh.
That's why I use YouTube, because YouTube keeps it as a YouTube keeps it longer, like forever, because they're just burning money on storage space. But yeah, my Twitch is very touchy when it comes to that stuff. I'd like to see what's going on with Yeah, I'll look at that later. I'd like to test out this version of Stable Diffusion. Single step? That sounds magical. I actually want to check that out.
What's the
This does the let me show you the video of um what I like. I saw the video of the project and I want to replicate it, but I think it is a little more complex than just one click. I have to set up Comfy UI, which is like the most complex video image generator. But we'll see how it works. But basically, like right this, okay, yeah, so you can see here's like flow charts and stuff like that. This is Comfy UI. This is the most fine-tuned, fine-tunable version of image generation as you can get, but it's super good. So you put in the prompt up in the top, and it's immediately generating the image per character that you're typing, and it's updating it on the fly. Well, can he like move the thing? Okay, so it's set up like this. Here's Comfy UI. So here's the prompt. There's a template for it, so you don't have to build it from scratch, but still, um, it 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 is it's usable. It functions. It's very engineering friendly, not like click or type in prompt in a window, but it does work. So this is another project. Actually, this project itself is what is this?
Wait, so what would you use that for? Like that was real-time image generation through a tree-based logic system. You have a tree of connections.
Node based, yes.
Node-based.
Yeah, you have different nodes. Those, yeah. So what's it's used for is rapid prototyping of images, and you can test each word to see if that prompt is going to improve or degrade the quality of your output. It speeds up the amount of cycles that you can run through for creating images, because sometimes, especially if you have a slower system, you have to wait 10 seconds for an image to generate a batch, and that takes forever because it's doing a high quality version at 50 renders per image. But you don't need that. This one does it in one render per image, super fast, but not high quality. Then you take the winning prompt and then you shoot it over to the high rendition version and the seed and everything.
Wow. All right.
So like,
I get it. That's cool. Yeah. So that's like
so
a win at building images through AI.
yeah, so you can build images, you can craft images like prompt by prompt in real time, knowing what works and what doesn't. And you can even save the template because there is this node. Like these are like database input output nodes, so you can kind of these are input output nodes, so you can have the prompt go in and then it shoots it over to a sampler, shoots over to a vey, shoots it over the output. But you can change the paths and everything to make it do things. But this is definitely not like, oh yeah, you put the prompt in here and it does this. Like cat, because what this is the normal process. Cat with a Santa hat, right? Then I have to click generate. Here we go. It's still fast. And drinking what's the eggnog? Eggnog. Okay, so it's still faster. I don't like that version of eggnog, so I'm going to cycle through it. There we go. That's eggnog under a Christmas tree. Actually, this is pretty good. Actually, this is as close to a simple demo that will exist. Because I don't want to set up nodes. Zoomed out, cat, Christmas tree, drinking eggnog, zoomed out. Emphasis on zoomed out. So we're gonna do this because it's This is stable diffusion. I'm gonna put this in comma illuminated under a Christmas tree. That's a good. The eggnog's getting better. What more can we add with this? Wearing a wreath. Wearing what is that thing? The circle thing for Christmas? Uh, is it wreath? No. Yeah.
Collar.
R-E. How's that spelled?
WREATH.
What was that?
WREA.
Oh, a wreath. Ah, okay. That's what it is.
Wreath collar.
See.
Let's see what it does with the collar. You're like a wreath.
Like this?
Like collar.
Oh, yeah. Collar. Let's see. And then so the Santa hat at some point and drinking eggnog. So this is good. We got a collar. That's fine. I'll accept collar. Wearing a green collar. And then can we have it with the eggnog? I think because the eggnog is in the front. Like this, if I was to do this normally, like let me show you why this is such a process. Because if I was to do it normally, I'd have to load one of these up. And speaking of, where's my thing there? What I have to load one of these up. I've got to then batch size 1 so into cat with a actually I want to use the same prompt here, but you can see the differences in speed. It's just speed latency. Then I have to do negative prompts and stuff like that. Close this. Okay, so this is the prompt. Okay, cat da 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 da, and hit generate. So you see right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? That's not even what we want. And so we have to do negative prompts and stuff like that. It's a pain. This stuff is way faster, really good. And it's just really straightforward. So yeah, we've got a pretty good image here. Cat, Santa hat drinking eggnog under a Christmas tree. I like this image. I'm gonna copy this image. So that's, I mean, this is as best as it gets, because now with these faster models, then we'll imagine a draft of image video where it's just a lot faster, where we can get the cycles for image AI image manipulation to be much quicker. That's really the goal here, is just making this process faster and faster. So like let's build a brand new one from scratch. I love this. I love this one so much. This is actually really good. My model is going to take forever to download. Let me oh, right. I think it doesn't work because it's just a model. It doesn't have it's literally just a model. It's not even a stop, and then hit the start button, stop button. This one doesn't work. I need to run a different project. I need to run comfy UI. Like if I'm gonna emulate the same thing, then I need this project right here. No, I need, where is it? Or I can type in the Git URL, but let me find it. I should be able to see. Where are you? This one. I need this. Comfy UI. It's not comfy though. It's you kind of get it's a joke. It's not super clean looking, but I do need to uninstall Can I live with SDXL Turbo? I'm gonna just wipe it and do it from scratch. That'll be the cleanest. So that's gonna be deleting now. Yeah, it's a pretty big folder. It's gonna be at least 5 gigs. And all for it to break, which is why I'm glad I didn't spend 3 hours trying to do it all just to find out that it doesn't work properly. I know why it doesn't work because I don't have the right things here, but this one I'm just gonna let this one run in the background. No, Pinocchio is a great. When I saw this, I was like, this is game changing. But obviously, web demos are the best because you don't have to set anything up. You just use it and test it out. And that's all that really matters. Because a normal version, like the professional version, is very slow. Like the Photoshop version works really well. You can do a lot of cool stuff, but it's very slow. So let's build another image from scratch here, and then after this, I'm gonna hop off. But let's see. All right. You want to throw up some ideas, anyone? There's some ideas. See what we've got. We can build anything. Anything. All right. Well, for the sake of Pinocchio, the name Pinocchio, we're going to create Pinocchio. Whoop, the wrong language. Cybertech AI Pinocchio. Oh, this is gonna be a majestic image. What the heck? Cybertech AI Pinocchio with at the center of. Oh, you know what? I do want to do one more thing actually. I want to put ChatGPT on this. So Cybertech AI at the center of a a tech hive matrix with cables and cables at the top of a mountain, controlling multiple AI agents. Pinocchio in the Disney look hyper realistic. So like what I'm doing, I'm just rapid prototyping this stuff just to kind of see how it would look. Disney Pinocchio. So okay, Cybertech AI is not giving us the right Disney Pinocchio. I want Disney Pinocchio. Disney wooden Pinocchio.
I think the Disney version is spelled with the Italian spelling. AC.
So this is getting better. Now actually there is one. Let me see. Pinocchio. Let's try Pinocchio. I see. Okay. Wooden puppet. Okay, so I guess we're gonna have to build this bit by bit with a long nose. Wearing a green hunter hat, right? Yeah, honestly, it's not too horrible. Then we put the rest of the stuff in. Do hyper realistic. See, this is a lot more. This is a lot easier to like work with than other stuff. Wait, does Pinocchio have? Does Pinocchio have a green hat? No, it's I think it is a green hat. Yeah. No, it's a yellow hat. Oh yeah, and I also can do this. I can give it a reference image. Oh, it's pretty good. Okay, strength, step seeds. What is this? Diffusers? Oh, can I do this? No, let me see. Let me see if I can run it on my run it on here. Run the prompt. Let's see what it does. It should be fast. It should be fast. So done. Okay. So it is doing it fast here, but you see I'm gonna have to hit run every single time. So what Comfy will do is it will just it will run the pipeline continuously. Oh, I'm spelling Pinocchio wrong. Thanks. I was spelling it the way of yeah, that makes sense. So you can see how like it was actually really fast in generating here. But I'm gonna stop this instance because I found a better version. Disconnect and delete runtime. Besides, then I have to wait 5 minutes for it to install.
So what's the difference in what we just saw? Because this one seems very simplistic and text-based. And
This
the
one,
other,
this is exactly the same thing, but someone built a UI, a user interface, and a web app for it. This is the actual what's going on in the background. This is like a UI, but I don't know if there's I don't know if there is
this is not
the code for this.
the node relationships.
The node is happening in the background.
Of this simplistic one, or which one is running the nodes?
This one is running the nodes because it's happening in real time. But the nodes are not shown to us. It's just shown input output because of the API. Oh wow, you really made him a real boy. So let's close this out. In the center. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Pinocchio. That picks it. In the center. Okay, so this is kind of fun, but this is one of the thing I say I'm getting excited about these things. Now, actually, one of the low key best image generators is ChatGPT. ChatGPT is actually pretty good at it, but ChatGPT is more fun. But this is pretty good. Um, on top of a mountain, controlling. So this is good for just drafting things out. Multiple AI agents, personified as people, as cyborgs. In the center of a the data center in the shape of mountain. Yeah, so it's gonna look outside. We can see the effect of each word without having to wait for forever. Pinocchio. Hyper-realistic Pinocchio puppet. So we're gonna see the puppet. It didn't like outside. We're gonna put data center. All the images of data centers are gonna be indoors. We're gonna do pile of technology or a pile of servers in the shape of a mountain. So that's okay. It's again the image that I have mentally is a lot more ridiculous and morbid than this stuff, but it's getting there. Now I'm gonna try to get Dolly 3 to kind of do very refined versions of it with lasers. I don't know what lasers. Oh, whoa, yeah, there we go. It's getting better, but it needs to be high quality. Oh, yes, yes, yes. There we go. I want him on the mountain with on top, like on a throne on the mountain, um, uh, on a cyber throne at the top of a pile of servers in the shape of a mountain controlling with lasers. Yeah, something like this. Oh, that looks a little too Fortnite. I'm gonna take out with lasers. Multiple AI cyborg. And it's all about just simplifying the prompt to use the least amount of words and making very specific words of cybernetic servers. Sometimes the game Scribblenauts helped me a lot with this actually. Cyberpunk themed. And then see Pinocchio. Centered. Centered, sitting on top of a throne. This is making Pinocchio really demonic looking, honestly. Okay, log in here. Black. We're gonna do black and blue themed. And then I can kind of see what the other. I can see what the other AI models will use. So this is going to be running it through. I'm going to run it here really fast. I'm going to run it here through this. So I'm going to run it through DALL-E 3 via Bing, and I'm going to run it here through here as well. So do not plan me a trip. No. Okay, let's do this again. So with the prompt that we used before here, like we were able to hyper it out. It got close. Look, the throne is made here. He's on a throne. It is a demented version of Pinocchio on a mountain. Like this goes kind of more into prompt crafting. This goes actually really well because from this, the actual use cases, I would turn this into a 3D model for a game using image to 3D model programs. And then I would put that directly into Unity or Unreal Engine, and then like I can play the game with my 3D model I created. So here we go. Here's the image we requested. Let's see. Oh man, that's so good. Wow. Yes. Yes. So you see the use like the why this mattered? Like why doing a super drafty version of it was able to yield out. Yeah, because so like I'll paste the image here. This was the draft. This was the freaking like we used the draft, the prompt we validated was correct, and here we go. It got better. And then we went, okay, but make uh I've just been spelling Pinocchio wrong, so oh, that's wrong language. Make Pinocchio even more of a cyber overlord on the global scale with even more screens and no. This is good. This is good. This is good. Here we go. Even more. I love watching it, but this does take time to iterate through. But because we got a really good base image by not having to generate a bunch of trial and errors, we did all the trial and error. We did probably about, I kid you not, probably about 50 plus cycles just trying to create this prompt here. And then from this, here we go. We've got this, the cyber overlord Pinocchio. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is amazing. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Ah, that's too funny. That's Pinocchio dot computer for you. If I saw this, and then here's the next step, right? We take this and we dump it into we dump this into we animate in Pika, and we start animating this Pinocchio. Game over. This looks so good though. This one, no, no. Yes, this is what I was going for. Except it didn't even better. Forget a mountain. It's planetary Pinocchio. This is like local Pinocchio. Like you can go down to the local data center. This is my planet Pinocchio. I like it. When they should use this as the logo for Pinocchio. And the next step, yeah, sound generation, image generation. Da, 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 da. Where is it? No, that's the wrong Discord server. Generate. So for this one, I'm going to use animate because we have the image. We have an amazing image. Honestly, it's like the best thing I've seen. Animate, and I'm gonna can I cheat and just drag straight into Discord? Oh my God. I love it. Can you do WebP? Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Come on. You can do it. Okay, so it's gonna be queued up. Hopefully. This is so nifty. I love it. I'm downloading, I'm saving this image. This is the ultimate Pinocchio guide, and you'll see this as the thumbnail.
What if you wanted to upscale that? Is there a AI that'll upscale that appropriately?
Yeah. Let me show you. It's called upscale media, or you can use Stable Diffusion to upscale. You can use like 1.5 million software to do it. But so let's open this. What's going on? Okay, this is my wow, there's a bot. There's a bot. There's a bot creating it for some reason. Okay, open this in a new tab. Let's see. Upscale to what? Like how large do we want it? Cool.
4,000 pixels?
4,000 pixels, okay. So let's see. So I have it downloaded right now as, yeah, 4,000 pixels that you're really gonna need, right? For most things. So I have the image downloaded. Let me look at the dimensions. Ulti Pinocchio is, you see. Ulti Pinocchio is in properties. Oh, I hate Windows 11's thing. It's so different. 1,000 by 1,000. So 1024 by 1024, right? So we want to upscale it by 4x.
Yeah, let's see what I would see 2x and 4x, see what they look like.
Yeah, so we can actually do that and check this out. We can so this is upscale.media. I'll send the link in Zoom. Got the image doing its thing. Or is it? Just gonna, so oh no, it's doing its job. Okay, so it's uploading the 1024 version, and then it's processing it, and then we're gonna 4x it, and we're gonna improve the quality as well. Give me more. I don't know what it's gonna do. I honestly don't know. So, okay, so let's enhance quality and then 4x it. Let's see what it does. But I want it to be even more. I don't even know what it's gonna do. It looks evil now. I heard that if you keep making things like super ultimate, like more and more and more, like it breaks the content policy of ChatGPT. It's like really funny. What is it? 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 Oh my God.
Looks
Oh my
like
God.
Terminator, Cyberlord, Overkill.
Pinocchio.
Terminator, Pinocchio.
Oh, that's great.
Even more. I love this.
The responses is just insane how you could just talk to it like that.
Yes, yes, that's why ChatGPT is really good, but because it's slow, you need to like draft out the prompts. Oh my God, there's a city. He's
I like the one before.
no.
I like the one with the city. That thing's pretty wild. It's so big.
This one?
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of Most Time Michelle, but like it's a city that's like his throne.
On the cosmic scale.
I want to see a multi-dimensional Pinocchio AI overlord. Um,
You should
like
throw that
it's
into
really
the
cool,
prompt.
but because we,
You should throw multi-dimensional into the prompt, see how it reacts to that.
I'm
That's a good
putting,
one.
yeah, I'll add it, but it's whoa, oh my God.
That's pretty sick.
It's just like
That's pretty sick. Yeah, my boy Pinocchio, he made it.
they're amazing.
Pinocchio made it.
And it also understands the level of excitement of it. Oh my God, this is crazy.
It understands because it's in all caps and you got a
But
bunch of exclamation points. It'll read that as
it
excited.
understands the emphasis. Yeah.
Wow.
No, but remember, it started from this. Look, this is local Pinocchio when he had his first connection,
Started
and
from the
this is like
bottom.
level one. Yeah, literally started from the bottom. Here we
Now we're here. Now we're Overlord multi-dimensional.
literally. He's got forget the city. He's got mountains under him. He's got planets. Oh my
Dude.
God. Let's see. And so if we wanted to upscale it, we can upscale it here. Well, you can see the upscale left, right? Honestly, there's like barely any improvement. Um, and then we can 2x, 4x it. But I like to keep telling ChatGPT to do more. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is so good.
I think where's one with a city? Is there another one with a city? I think we're missing one
You want
in the chat of the city.
this one? Yeah. Yeah, here's the cyborg, the half Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
well, I really like this one too. This one is uh multi-dimensional. What's after dimension? Transcend reality. Multi-dimensionality. I don't even know what it's gonna do next. The multi-dimensional one. This one, they're starting to look cooler. Pinocchio is on point every single time. I thought this one was cool. This one's even cooler. There's more universes and stuff like that. This is multi-dimensional cosmic ruler Pinocchio. But yeah, this you can have so much fun with this. This is good for the real use case scenarios. It's really good for just like mesmerizing, really intricate thumbnails. Like if you saw this on YouTube, you'd be like, "What? Pinocchio? Cosmic AI ruler of all reality? Explain, right?" And oh, this one is honestly not that. This one's much better. So this one would be the winning one. Like this, like if I'm doing a video on Pinocchio, this is the one I would use. But I mean, have fun with it. It's pretty cool stuff. And then from here, I would save it out as let's say uh cosmic, no, multi cosmic multi-cosmic Pinocchio. Save that as a PNG file, just so it works. And then I would I throw it in Pika. And then so this is the last one. This was like when Pinocchio just conquered Earth. We have a story. We have a story. That's creepy. I don't like that very much. But we do have for example, we have create, we have Pinocchio sitting on a throne. Pinocchio sitting on a throne, and then we're gonna throw in the image. Oh my god, this is too funny. And then we'll animate it that way. But yeah, that's basically what you can get from there. And then if you have enough frames, you can then add music. So there's actually a AI music generator. You can generate free music to match the background of that, space themes, whooshing sounds, stuff like that. And then you can start creating entire movies. Forget CGI. This is just straight imagine upscale, boom, ready for the big screen. And this use case is AI movies, AI-based movies, and they're really good now. Let me pull one up. So yeah, this is the upscaler. Let's do. I'll showcase an AI generated movie. I think you would find interesting. Yeah, Hollywood's rolling over right now. They're gonna be completely like, wait. No, not the generators. I want to see the actual movie itself. But right now, I'll say Pika is limited to 3 seconds. Runway ML is another one. It's cost money though. Honestly, it's not even that good. 4 seconds. Oh, Cosmic Pinocchio. Oh, it just animated him sitting on the throne. It didn't animate the planets and the galaxies in the background. I'd love to see that detail as like a super villain scene with everything animated, which would be really cool. But let me just do animate standard. There we go. But I might do a full breakdown on okay, so this is what, by the way, this is what Dolly created for villain Pinocchio. Actually, it probably did a more correct version of it. Look, it's got very similar to ChatGPT. It's got it's sitting down in the room. This is when he just started. He's like a little more local. He's got a little army. This one, Pinocchio's sitting. This one's got a little more of a throne. This one I would say is more hyper realistic. This one kind of became more animated. And more of like a cartoon. So say like make him a multi. Now I don't think that Bing can integrate it cannot do what we did with ChatGPT. So I'm not even gonna include it in that race. It won't be able to compete at all. But yeah, so that's a pretty good rundown of everything here. I appreciate you guys staying on, just seeing how everything. Ooh, CPU mode slow. Turbo XL, stable video. I'm gonna test this out later. I'd like to test this out and download and stuff. But Comfy is available. It's ready. I'll have some of these actually preset. I'll see if I can show you this thing if it loads up pretty quickly, but otherwise I'll probably be making a video. Oh, cool. It worked. This is another use case for image generation. Let me show you. That's why I didn't want to install Deform. This is an image QR that actually scans. Now, this is the rhino eating pasta. But you can use QR art to attract attention and also have it scannable. So what happened? Oh, Comfy UI popped up. I'm gonna scan it right now. I'm gonna see if it works. So this one is not scannable right off the bat. I'm just gonna turn up this strength a little more, and I'm just gonna do a Rhino. This one's not. It's not really. It can do other images and stuff like that, but I'm gonna do a Rhino. It shouldn't take too long. I think. Okay, this is Comfy UI. Wow, I don't have to set this thing up. Okay, so you can see here's Comfy UI. Yeah. Um. So I have. So right off the bat, it already. Oh, oh, that's cool. XL Turbo is running. So let's see. Okay, let me see if it runs. Q prompt. What's the problem? Blah 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 blah. Okay, so it starts here. So you start on the left to right. You got the checkpoint. Here's the first prompt. Here is another one. I need to figure out why. But these are two prompts. Text watermark. Oh, it says do not. This is the negative prompt right here. Yeah, it's connected to the negative pipe node. So this says do not do this stuff. So do not do text, do not do watermark. Negative. This is conditioning. This is positive. The model is here. The latent image is 512 by 512 batch size 1. And then seed, randomize, steps, sampler name, all that stuff. And then it goes out here, and then here's the image. So that is what's happening there. If you're kind of looking at this and wondering like what the heck is going on, that's what's happening with Comfy. I'm definitely gonna play with this a lot more. This is still up. This is, oh, I see why. So let me do this base, because that should be working with it. And then how does this work? I have to hit the is it Q prompt button? Refresh. So I can see the below everything from left to right. Let's do this. Oh, this is the workflow. We can save that. But I don't see any output images. Here's the image output. Save image, images, file prefix. But it seems pretty straightforward to look at the node, everything from left to right. And AI text image generation and extrapolating from text from images to video. This is the final frontier here. This is as advanced as it's going to get, but you can really hyper fine-tune control things. And then Pinocchio, the cosmic god of AI projects, as you can see from our images, is definitely something to check out to make it a lot easier. So with that, anyone have any questions, any other things that anyone wants to ask about before we call it here?
That was amazing, Preston. Thank you for your time and all your knowledge and expertise. It was truly, once again, a really eye-opening lesson in all the things AI. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. And that is my Discord. You are all on my Discord now, so feel free to message me in Discord, ask questions away, and be active. Go in the chats, message things, because the only way to really learn this stuff is to use it or ask of like how you use it. And I've implemented this with multiple different things. So if you want to try to implement it for business ideas too, feel free to run those ideas in the general Discord, And typically it's pretty good to work together in the beginning of it, and then because all this stuff is open source, right? It's not about can it be done? Yes, it can be done. It's about implementation, marketing to a certain demographic region, stuff like that. So the Discord I'll put in one more time here. This is Cybertech Defense. Feel free to go through the different channels, general talk. There's a bunch of cyber things in here as well. All sorts of stuff actually. I need to clean up a bit, but yeah, there's a lot of things here. I'll put the invite here. So enjoy, check that out. I think the next series of the AI workshops is gonna go back from intro to LLMs, but with the new versions. So obviously the new technologies will come up by the time we reach AI video again. Maybe there's gonna be laws, who knows? And yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and I'll these are funny, and I'll go from there. Just be communicative. That's the only way that we can learn in the space. And if you have a new project, put it up in one of the channels and say, like, hey, um, how does this look, or have you tried this tool? I might not know a tool, but I'd like to try and test it out, make a little video on it or something like that. So yeah, just post away. I'll love to ask questions. I want to learn new tools too. And if I've already seen a tool, I'll tell you, so you don't have to waste your time. Don't worry about it. Or yeah, check it out. I mean, right here, you're all going through Pinocchio with me, so I appreciate that. And we found a good use case for it for local stuff with GPU and stuff like that. But also that web UI for the creating the turbo is pretty nifty too. So with that, I'll leave you all. Have a great rest of your evening, and I will hope to see you in the Discord, chatting and communicating and basically just learning with me. All right, take care, everyone.
Cool. Thanks, Preston. Good night.
Mhm.